Welcome into Rounding Third Baseball Podcast, episode 208. Happy opening day, everybody. We are so glad to have baseball back. How are you, Harrison?
I'm good now, Nick. I just want to let everybody know that I have officially marked myself safe, and I appreciate all those people that were concerned about me. But I have marked myself safe from the MLB TV outage of 2025.
Oh my God. We'll get into it in a second.
It's not an
But
important day or anything. Just saying.
oh my God, absolutely crazy. But yes, happy opening day to everybody. It's like Christmas for me today, but we'll get into the disappointment at first here in a second. But first, make sure you follow and like us on Facebook. You can follow on Instagram, Rumble, TikTok. You can also subscribe on YouTube. You can also listen on Spotify and Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. We also have our affiliate programs at the top of all of our socials. You click the links, you shop with these companies, and we get a nice little kickback with no additional cost to you. So if you are going to buy products from these companies, please use our links and it helps support us. And thank you to everyone that has already done so. Also, Rounding Third swag. You go to Etsy, Rounding Third Baseball, and you can shop for all of our stuff. We got sweatshirts, mugs, tumblers, t-shirts. We got tons of stuff on there. So just another way to support us. So please check that out. Rounding Third Baseball on Etsy.
You know you'd look good with some swag. Just saying.
Absolutely. All right. Let's get into it. So 305 rolls around. You know, it's just the first game on ESPN, and then you got the Orioles and Blue Jays also starting. And Harrison goes, I can't get into the stream. And I was like, well, I can't anyways. I'm blacked out, so I can't even worry about
Right.
it. He goes, it's not working. And he goes, everyone is flipping out. Like it's not working at all, which it didn't. We missed the first at 405. The Red Sox and Rangers started, and all that slate of games at 405, and we missed the first 4 innings of that, 3 or 4 innings.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't watch. I couldn't watch any baseball, and finally around like 5 o'clock, I gave up and I went upstairs and hung out with the kids and had dinner. And I mean, thankfully I had the ESPN game to keep me company, but wasn't the game I wanted to watch. I wanted to watch the O's play the Blue Jays, and I wanted to check out the Padres and Braves kickoff, and was not what my plan was. But the MLB's Facebook page, they were getting roasted by people.
Yes, they were.
Because what MLB would do is they would post clips of the games, like, "Hey, look at this big hit by so and so. Gee, I wish I could see it, but my MLB TV doesn't work." And it was like, wow.
I mean, it's only the biggest day of the year for them, and they can't get their act together to have it ready to go. I mean, absolutely crazy. It was.
I was losing my mind. I'm like, it's opening day. I can't watch any of the baseball that I want to watch. You know, for what was probably it was a good 90 minutes, 2 hours of the middle slate of the games that you couldn't watch.
Yeah, absolutely insane. I couldn't believe it. So I just say, for one easy payment of $149.99, you too can't watch any baseball games on opening day. So
yeah,
it was absolutely wild. I couldn't believe it.
Well, and all I can say is MLB has been banging the drum all off season about reworking TV deals and going to a streaming platform, and this is not the start you wanted to get the fans to believe you can deliver it.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely insane. But all right. That aside, that crisis was averted. It was finally solved. We got some baseball, and we've had a pretty exciting day. There's been a lot of stuff going on. So
it's been a good day.
Yes, it has. You got the Dodgers and Tigers battling right now. Tigers got a man on, 1 out, top of the ninth, down 5-4. So we'll keep an eye on that as we're going.
Yeah, is that Gratterall in the game now?
No, it's Treinen. Blake Treinen.
Oh, Treinen. Okay.
Yep. So we get Yankees right at the top on ESPN. Austin Wells becomes the first catcher in Major League Baseball history to hit a leadoff home run. Like, I put that's a crazy stat.
No,
but at the same time,
does it count if only went 290 feet?
Yeah, I guess so. A home run's a home run.
I'm just asking.
Yeah. But I mean, it is a crazy stat, but like, not at the same time, considering like catchers never hit in the top of the lineup. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So Yeah, hi to everybody in the chat. Thanks for stopping by. This is awesome.
Good, everybody.
Yeah. So, yeah, it traveled. It like barely got over the right field wall, but it was a leadoff batter. Then Yankees jump out to 1-0 lead, and really didn't really get interesting until about the ninth inning when Devin Williams tried to come in and close it against his old team.
Yeah. I mean, you had Wells hit that home run. An inning or two later, Volpe hit another little 275-foot home run to right. Peralta looked good for the Brewers, other than those couple of chintzy mistakes. But yeah, that game didn't really get interesting till the end.
Yeah, but I mean, pretty cool. It looks like he's going to be hitting in that leadoff spot.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a good bat. I mean, he's a good contact guy. He's got some pop. Very odd to see a catcher hitting leadoff, but at the same time, we've got a guy like Kyle Schwarber who doesn't bat 200 hitting leadoff. So I think the times are changing. But he's been good in that spot, and I think the one thing Wells does that lineup needs is that he works counts.
Yeah.
He's not up there hacking at the first pitch. He's not chasing a bunch of junk. Like, he's good at bats, under control, seeing a lot of pitches, and giving the guys behind him a chance to see what's coming.
Who do you think's the last catcher to hit towards the top of the lineup there?
Oh boy.
I mean, Pudge was up there for a little bit, wasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, I think Pudge would hit at the 2-hole sometimes, 2 and 3. Yachty would hit in that kind of middle part of the order. Real Muto at one point, I think, was hitting second in the lineup for a little bit. But I can't think of any catcher who's hit leadoff. I mean, Piazza hit in the middle of the order. I can't think of another catcher that would have been up in that spot. Unless you go like way back and maybe Tippy Fairbanks did. I don't know, but
Jason Kendall, would he be at the top there?
Maybe. I mean, he was I think usually a 2-hitter, but I could see him hitting leadoff on occasion.
All right, so we got here's a list of most games in a season by a player who started the game batting leadoff and played catcher at some point. So Jason Kendall is at the top there. Paul LaDuca, Craig Biggio. Ivan Rodriguez did it 12 individual times. Tim McCarver did it 9 times. Brad Ausmus 8 times in 99.
Huh. I mean, Ausmus was not exactly a great bat guy.
No. But yeah, they have it. So they just never hit a leadoff homer to start the game. So that's the only difference there. But yeah, I mean, it's still pretty cool.
Yeah, there's been some catchers hitting leadoff, but never a leadoff home run to lead off the game.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. That's a cool stat. And a cool moment for him, and that got Yankee Stadium jumping.
Yeah, absolutely. And you just think of like the history of the game and how old baseball is, and we still turn on a baseball game and see something new every single day. That's wild to me. You know what I mean? Just, it's crazy.
Yeah. Well, you think of the age, you think about how long baseball's been around too. You still have teams that have never won a championship. Like, that's also fascinating to me, and some of these teams are not new. Right. They've been around for a while.
Yeah. Okay. Tigers got first and second now, 1 out.
Yeah. They're trying to get something going here. Trinan's made some mistakes and gotten the fat part of the plate.
Yeah. All right. I mean, it's not even funny anymore. Tyler O'Neill homers for the Orioles to extend his own Major League Baseball record.
He's just beating his own record.
Yeah, he had 5 straight home runs going into this opening day until he takes the ball deep to right field at the Rogers Center for his 6th straight season with an opening day home run. We should have placed this bet last week.
It's funny. I almost made a post. Actually, I think I did make a post last night about the fact, like, is he going to do it again? Because he does it every year.
Yep.
And sure enough, he did. And we should have placed that bet because that was like a fool's bet.
It's crazy.
So easy. But like in the grand scheme of life, there's death, taxes, Tyler O'Neill opening day home run. Like, those are the only certainties in life.
Absolutely insane. Yeah, we'll get into the Red Sox here in a second, bud, because they had a really good game. So we'll get into. I
didn't realize Kanye West was a listener of the podcast. So
hey, love it, bring it. But yeah, I mean, it's unreal. And if he can provide that Orioles lineup with some pop, they're going to be pretty dang good.
Yeah, got more people checking in. Hello.
Yep. I mean, they put up 12 runs today? The Orioles did?
Yeah, 12-2. I mean, they slapped the Blue Jays around.
Yeah, and Will Smith being in the World Series.
Forrest, you're right. You're right. Yeah, you can count on Will Smith being in the World Series. One of them.
Because that's 5 straight years since 2020, right?
You had the same Will Smith 4 times than the Dodgers Will Smith last year. So yeah,
and
5 straight.
And in 2020.
Yeah,
right?
5 straight.
Yeah, 5 straight. Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely with you there, Justin, for sure.
Yeah,
but
fully believe it.
Yeah, I mean, this record it's pretty crazy. I mean, I'm just giving him I'm just pointing to first base every time he comes up from now on opening day.
On opening day only, right?
Yeah, you can take first base, Mr. O'Neill. I'm all set with you.
He has a flair for opening day. It's always something big. We are counting down the minutes to this game, Daniel. I
am. Yeah.
We will be sitting here for first pitch at 10:10. 100%.
I am all over that one. Don't you worry. It's coming.
Yeah. So Daniel, who you got? Cubbies or Arizona? I'm gonna guess Cubbies, but
okay. Wilyer Abreu.
Hey, he's pretty good, huh?
So the crazy story about him is he wasn't even supposed to be playing. He was still supposed to be in Florida recovering from this month-long virus that he had. He's lost 15, 20 pounds, they said. And when I saw him in the lineup, I was like, what the hell? What happened? I
didn't think he was coming with them. I thought he was staying behind for sure. I never saw them make any kind of announcement. All of a sudden he's in the lineup. You're like, oh, cool.
Yeah, he's like, I've lost a lot of weight, but I feel good. I feel strong. Yo, feel strong. He went 3 for 3 with 2 bombs today. I guess he's all right.
And that first bomb was out of every park in the country, including Yellowstone.
Yeah, it was tanked.
That ball was hammered halfway up the bleachers.
Yeah. Crazy. 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, and then the big backbreaker, 2-2 in the 9th. And he just absolutely unloads on one to right center, a deep right center, to beat the Rangers 5-2 there.
Yep. Pummeled it.
Garrett Crochet, listen, I'll take Dodgers 5-4.
Yeah, that's why I threw my hand to the TV. Like, I don't even care anymore. Like, they're just going to go 162-0, and we're just going to watch.
Yep. Where was I going with that? Garrett Crochet, he wasn't sharp, but he only gave up 2.
Yeah, like, and the stuff is fantastic. Like, he can get away with it.
Yeah. I think he'll be okay if he goes out, gives up 2 runs, because it is what it is.
Yep.
The Red Sox are going to be able to put more than 2 runs on the board, but pretty consistently, I think.
Yeah, I totally agree.
So if Crochet can go out there, give you two runs or less, I'd say even 3 runs or less, they're going to be fine. Abreu or Betts, who has lost more weight. I don't know how much Betts lost.
Yeah, according to reports, Betts lost like 10 pounds. So I think Abreu lost more. But Betts is also not a very big guy. I don't think he had 10 pounds to give.
Yeah.
But I want to say Abreu is down like 15. Betts was down like 10. Roman Anthony lost 9. He had the same thing that Abreu fought. Like, whatever flu these guys passed around spring training is brutal.
Yeah.
Like, it's wiping people out.
Yeah. I think the promising thing with the Red Sox here was they were able to get 5 runs on the board, right? Thanks to mostly Abreu here. Bregman and Devers didn't hit a lick.
No, they did nothing.
Bregman had a couple great swings, just tough outs.
Yep.
Devers struck out 3 times. And there you're going to be your big run producers. Duran was 1 for 3 stolen base. So, I mean, he's going to do that consistently all year. That's who Duran is. He's a 1 for 3 guy with 1 or 2 stolen bases. He's fine. It is going to be a different guy every night with this Red Sox team. And then when Bregman and Devers get going, I think it's going to be a potent lineup.
But I think that's the nice thing with the Red Sox is that the lineup is deep enough where it can be a different guy every night.
Right.
You don't have to rely on, it's not one of those, like, we only go as far as Bregman and Devers take us. Like, Bregman and Devers took the night off and Abreu carried you. He knocked in 4 of your 5 runs and made quite the statement. And I will say it was kind of fitting after all the talk of Roman Anthony. Well, you're Abreu. Is he gonna be with him? Is he gonna lose his job? He made a pretty emphatic I'm not going anywhere statement tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Campbell looked a little overmatched tonight. I think a lot of first game jitters, but his last at bat, he did put a pretty good swing on one, hit it hard, so got his first major league hit. So
Yeah,
good for him.
I mean, I can only imagine the nerves and jitters of an opening day, of a first opening day.
Dude, I have jitters waiting for the games to come on. I can't even imagine playing in it.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I will say, in all this, for the Rangers, Eovaldi was impressive. He was, other than the mistake he made to Abreu, the only other run came in on a fielder's choice. A couple guys got on. He was just mowing the Red Sox down. 9 Ks in 6 innings. He only gave up 3 hits. He was just rolling.
Yeah.
But I mean, I sent you a message like, oh my goodness, Eovaldi's just mowing him down. And the Red Sox scored on the fielder's choice move guys around, then Connor Wong single. Yeah. And all of a sudden it was like, oh, cool, there's a run. Then you had the Rangers come right back, and then Abreu hits that home run in the 5th, and then it gets quiet for a little while until the 9th.
But that's Eovaldi's MO. He will just absolutely be dominant, and he leaves that 96-mile-an-hour fastball over the heart of the plate, and somebody takes it yard. Like that's usually what Eovaldi does. But when he is on, the dude is absolutely insane. But
agreed.
But yeah, I think that Rangers team is going to be okay. We'll get to the bottom from Bangladesh.
Welcome, right. Bangladesh.
Gracious.
Reaching an international audience now.
Yeah, we've had a lot of people from different countries on here lately, which is pretty cool. That's awesome. Yeah, that Rangers team is going to be all right, I think, in that West. And from first day, opening day glance, the Astros don't look bad.
No,
Angels look horrible. We'll get to them in a couple minutes.
Angels look like Angels. They look like they.
My God, man!
I mean, that should be a better team than it has been, in all seriousness. But they definitely don't. They definitely didn't look great.
They already had a position player pitch today, so let's nuts.
Yeah.
Anyways, so speaking of the AL West, Cam Smith. This is a really cool story. So I was going to talk about Cam Smith anyways, because the manager was in the clubhouse after spring training, telling everybody who made the team, who didn't, and the manager stood up and he's like, the coolest thing is to be around family and to let them know about what's going on with your career. And what better way to get the news broken to you than by your family? And Cam Smith's family walks into the clubhouse to tell him that he makes the team, which was a really cool moment. The kid just gets up in his first major league at bat, sees his first pitch, dribbles it into right field for his first major league hit. 1 pitch, first major league hit. Good for him. But all indications is this kid is here and he's here to stay. He's going to be solid for them.
Well, and Cubs fans, as excited as they were to get Tucker, they were really sad to see him be traded because he was far and away one of the most exciting guys in their system. The Astros are seeing that. I put a link in the chat to the video of him making the team, which I thought was really classy how they brought the family in, like Nick was explaining. It's a cool way to do it. And the rest of the locker room the clubhouse was just kind of like going with it, letting it happen. And it's and as there are people in the comments of the original post like making fun of the fact he's crying. It's like people don't understand the sacrifices these guys make and the work they put in to get there. It's showing emotion is okay. Like it's acceptable for what's going on.
Yeah. What is it that I think it was Derek Jeter had a quote that said, how many hours does it take to become a major league player? It's like, it's a staggering amount of hours.
It's insane. These guys they live baseball. They live baseball from a very young age.
Yeah. 10,000 hours to master a skill.
Yeah.
So like 10,000 hours of baseball is a long time. Right. So, but it's cool. So yeah, I mean, I would cry like a blubbering fool. You kidding me? My parents walked in to tell me I made the team. Like I would lose it. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's a big moment.
Because it's not just his hard work, right? His parents are right there along with the journey. Most parents are, right? Not all. I'm not saying not all. But most families are along that journey with you. They're there for the ups. They're there for the downs. They're there for everything in between. Like it's just as much their success as it is the individual players. So 100%. It's pretty cool.
Think of all the times he had to get driven somewhere, picked up from somewhere, or they had to scrape the money together to put him in another league, another tournament. He needed a new glove, bat, cleats. Like it's a massive commitment from the family too.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. This one hurts. This one hurts a lot. Jackson Churio. I love this kid. I love this
He's
kid.
your boy.
I love what he brings to the ballpark. He puts up a platinum sombrero today, and he looked completely overmatched in all 5 at-bats. He, I think, maybe fouled 2 off in all 5 at-bats combined. No, he was I just said in here, they weren't competitive at-bats.
No.
He'll be fine. I mean, he was a 2020 guy last year as a 20-year-old. He just turned 21. This kid's gonna be fine.
Yeah, no doubt.
We might see a Corbin Carroll-esque start, maybe like a little sophomore slump, because pitchers have figured him out. They've studied him. But that Brewers team's gonna be okay. Like, even watching them battle the Yankees like they did, they weren't out of that game at all.
No, and Peralta's got some stuff on him. Like I've only seen him maybe once, like throw more than a few pitches, just as I was flipping by a game. But I watched a couple innings of that game, and he's got incredible stuff.
Yeah,
and
he's got a lot of movement on that running fastball. He's got a lot of movement on that.
I saw him a couple times throw it to a left-hander where he just kind of backdoor it and run it back.
Yeah,
and just brutal. Just guys that are shaking their head as they walk away.
Yeah, crazy. But yeah, that was tough to see 5 strikeouts there. But man, yeah, listen, there's some nights where I'm like, it's kind of a chore, but it's just like kind of on in the background, and then you hear everybody yelling, you go run into the TV. It's like, okay, well, that's what baseball is. You can follow baseball
exactly
without actually watching it. But
yeah, and I think that's the difference with baseball is that you don't have to like watch every pitch every game, like, but you follow it. Like I almost always have a game on in the background. Do I like sit there and watch every single pitch every time it's on? No, like a lot of times I'm doing something else. But I've always got it on because to your point, Nick, like you hear the announcer get loud or the crowd get loud, and like your head turns and you catch the big moments.
Right.
And then if I'm walking by, I'll stop for a minute, watch a couple pitches, and keep moving. But it's always on. It's always on in the background.
Yeah, I mean, I had my laptop today. I had 4 games on my laptop. I had 1 on my phone. I had my main TV on 4. Like I was going nuts with it. Loved it. But all right, Mackenzie Gore, 13 Ks against the Phillies to start the season.
He looked good. Oh my goodness.
I gave you some credit right here. I go, Harrison called it. But is he back or is it too early? Obviously. Is it too early?
With his history, it's way too early. But if this kid is finally healthy, his stuff is in the upper echelon. And that Phillies lineup, last time I checked, is loaded. And he was just blowing those guys away. I mean, if you get a moment, go back and watch the video of the Ks he had today. Like, he made some really good professional hitters look foolish.
Yeah. I have to wait. I have to wait 90 minutes after the game's over to go back and watch the Orioles and Nationals.
Out.
Yep. So, yeah, crazy.
Oh yeah.
But at least I'm only blacked out of those 2 now. I do have the Reds back and I do have the Braves back. So that's good.
I got to feel your pain today because I got blacked out everything for a couple hours. So,
dude, that's my life every day with MLB TV. If I didn't get it for free through T-Mobile, I wouldn't buy MLB TV because that's how many games I miss a night.
Well, yeah, it would make sense for you to do it. It'd be cheaper to find some other way around. But he looked great. He made really good hitters look foolish. The stuff is undeniable. It's health with him. Like, is he really back or not?
Yeah.
But if he's back and he's going to anchor that rotation, that Nationals team is a little bit better than we thought.
Yeah. And they battled him, right? They took him to extras and lost 7-4. So
it was a good game.
Yeah. So, yeah, Nationals are, like you just said, they're just a little too young. They're going to lose those close ones. They just don't have quite the experience to get them over that hump yet. I think they'll get there in the next couple of years, though.
Yeah, and the final score of that game was 7-3. They got absolutely lit up in the 10th inning.
Yeah.
But another storyline from that game is that you had Alec Boehm, who played a big role in that rally. And after all the trade rumors and speculation all offseason, he seemed to just shake it off and get right back out there.
Yeah. I didn't put this in because it kind of happened right before we came on, but another guy in trade rumors was Nolan Arenado.
Yeah.
And Arenado went deep today for the Cardinals, and he got a curtain call from the fans. So that was kind of cool. But I mean, he said, obviously he heard all the trade talks in the offseason. He was trying to stay out of it, try to stay out of the media, because a lot of it wasn't true, apparently. But the fans backed him up, and it's just crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of players that went to the Nationals in that Soto. This is a great point, Brandon.
Yeah, it is.
They got Nationals got C.J. Abrams from that Soto deal. They got Gore, and they got
Gore and Abrams were like the headliners of it.
Yeah, absolutely insane. But yeah, that's a great point.
And comment in the chat. I think the Guardians will play. They looked really good today.
They did.
They played good baseball like they always do. It is, again, not a team that plays super exciting baseball, but they throw the ball, they catch the ball, they hit the ball, and they just keep coming. The Royals had that 3-run home run from Pasquantino early. They jumped right out. Guardians battled back. Royals actually tied it, getting Class A to blow a save in the 9th, and then they put 3 up in the 10th and won the game. Like, they just keep coming for you.
Yeah, it's hard because we sat here on our prediction show and we're like, man, I don't see the Guardians. Like, what did they do to make themselves better? They shipped away Naylor because they couldn't, pay him in the upcoming season. At least they got something for him. And you replaced him with Santana. You're like, well, okay, I guess. And then they're taking a chance on Bieber and John Means. So you're like, well, yeah. Does that make them better either? But you're right. Like, when you have a baseball team that doesn't beat themselves at all, they're gonna win. You just are, because baseball's funny. One bad hop, one bad throw, and it changes the whole complexity of the game.
Yeah, they just play good baseball every night.
Yeah.
You traded away Jimenez and
right.
Didn't miss him today. I mean, granted, it's one day, and obviously as baseball fans we get all excited, but it's one day.
Right.
But still, I mean, that team, they're picking up right where they left off last year, playing really good baseball every night.
Yep. Yeah, boring to watch, but gets the job done. And if you're a Guardians fan, I would take that every single night. Absolutely. Just enjoy it for what it is. Just solid baseball across the board. Yeah. Like, can't complain about that.
And, the Royals and the Guardians are two teams that I enjoy watching because they play a similar style of baseball. Like, I would say the Royals have a little more sizzle, with Bobby Witt Jr., and they got some more kind of action to it, but both teams that just play good baseball. Like, Ragans looked good, the defense was good. Witt got on, stole a base, and Pasquantino went yard. Again, like they do all the things.
Yeah. Yeah, first and only blown save for Class A this year. I mean, I could almost say, yeah. It seems like that dude, if he blows a save, he goes out and saves 35 straight because he's pissed. I do kind of agree with this. The AL Central's always been kind of trash.
It's a second tier. It's a second tier division.
But can you say it's trash when 3 teams made the playoffs out of it last year?
No. I think for years that this division has been kind of a joke. The Twins would win the division and then go get smoked in the first round of the playoffs. And clearly the Central was a lesser division. Last year was a big step forward as those teams finally built some young talent and improved. But I think that the AL Central's moved from kind of second tier division to, they're legitimate now. Like, they've got some teams there that are good. The problem is they're in Midwest cities. They don't have nearly the same payroll as the teams on the coast.
Yep.
But they're not a joke anymore.
I'll tell you what, watching that Tigers team play against the Dodgers, you look at those rosters on paper and you're like, oh my God, this is going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah.
But the way AJ Hinch manages, and say what you want about AJ Hinch and his history with the Astros and all that, blah, blah, blah. The dude knows what he's doing. He has got such a pulse on that locker room and what his players can do. And he seems to plug those guys in the right situation every single time. And he rarely misses. Even today, like he's getting guys into the lineup, defensive replacements, pinch hitting. They're all over the place. Like, all 25 guys have a chance to play every single night, because that's just how Hinch manages. And that's what I think the Tigers, that's what he needs to do with the Tigers in order for them to be successful this year. And that's what he did at the back half of last year, and that's what got him to the playoffs. So the Tigers are scrappy as hell. They're going to be a problem for a lot of teams.
Yeah, and aside from the mistake Skubal made to Teoscar, that really was kind of the crushing blow of that game.
Yeah,
Skubal looked great, and the Tigers looked great. I mean, that team is they're going to be in a lot of games, and that's all you can ask for. If give yourself a shot to win.
Yep. Yeah, we can go to Padres and Braves. I didn't see that one. It was giving me some weird message.
I couldn't see that one.
Yeah, but yeah, if you have a healthy Tatis, the Padres are gonna be good. It's just that division, that whole NL West division, minus the Rockies, I think is gonna be a fun race. The Giants look good against the Reds today, but when they start playing each other, that's gonna be the real test. I think is when those four teams start beating up on each other.
Yep.
We'll kind of see it kind of level out there.
Yep.
Water will find its level.
Yes, and the Padres did look good, and I will say Jackson Merrill, right in the bottom of the first inning, drives in two, picks up where he left off, and then he comes up in the third and drives in another, on a ground out, simple ground out, and then the Braves do what the Braves do, Albie's home run, Riley home run, but the Padres just keep coming. Then Sheets delivered, Luis Arraez got in on it, Manny Machado. They got contributions from everybody, and then Jackson Merrill capped it off again with another RBI. But that Padres team, we've been saying, like, the battle for second place in the NL West might be one of the most exciting races between the Diamondbacks and the Padres, because those are two very good teams that are absolutely going to just beat up on people.
Yep, agree. I think the Giants could possibly be there too. I think if their young starting pitching kind of takes a step forward. Right, Kyle Harrison needs to take a step. Hayden Birdsong needs to take a step forward. If you you still got Logan Webb out there, who's a ground ball machine.
Yeah, he is good.
So if those three, if Logan Webb continues to do what he does, and those other two young kids kind of take another step forward, the Giants are going to be there because they made some moves in the offseason. Signing Adames, that's going to help. I mean. And you're hopefully getting Jung Ho Lee back for an entire season. You get those two bats back in that lineup, I think it's a world of difference out there. So we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
It's both those teams are good. It's gonna be fun. That series is gonna be fun. I definitely want to catch more of it, but I couldn't today because of the MLB TV outage of 2025 that I thankfully survived.
Yeah.
But good stuff.
Yeah. So I threw this slide in here. We kind of already talked about it, the Royals and the game there. But all right, let's stay in the AL Central right here.
White Sox on the way, World Series.
Yep, they are on pace for 162-0. So strap up. Angels are first team to use a position player this year. My God. I looked, it was like 3-0 Chicago. I'm like, all right, let's see how they blow this. I think I played a couple innings on the show, and I looked down and it's 8-0 Chicago, and I go, what just happened?
Yeah.
And they ended up winning. The Angels team, I was curious to watch this game because I'm like, these two are going to finish last in their divisions. I'm almost certain. I want to see how this plays out. And the White Sox kind of put it to them.
Yeah. And the sad part for me is that, so Kikuchi went 6, gave up 5 Ks. Like, he looked good. And then Ryan Johnson came in. Now, if you don't know, Ryan Johnson is the kid that got drafted number 74 overall last year and did not throw a pitch in the minors. He went straight to the major leagues. And he came out of the bullpen today, gave up 5 in an inning and 2/3. It really got away from him. This is a 22-year-old kid straight out of college, has never played an inning or thrown a pitch in the minors. That got thrown came in out of the bullpen on opening day. So
yeah,
I'm disappointed for him because this was his major league debut. He's never been in the minors. It's a great storyline. Then he got lit up. and it was ugly. It was very ugly, but the kid's stuff is great. He just piping pitches to major league hitters. Doesn't matter how bad they are, they're going to hit them.
Yeah. Too distracted by the news of the Twins are $425 million in debt to focus on the field. That's why they're being sold, or hopefully sold. We'll see. But
yeah, I mean, if you, yeah, I got to go back and read more about what's going on here, but it's not uncommon for these guys to have some level of debt financing when they buy the teams. And if you buy a $2 billion team and you put $425 million worth of debt on it, that's a 75%, equity stake, which is not a bad spot to be in. But if that is like operating debt because they can't pay their bills and they're floating payroll through lines of credit, then that's a really dangerous game to play.
Yeah. Miami Marlins actually played a pretty good game today. So they had the Pirates in Miami. They beat them 5-4. First opening day walk-off in franchise history. And Kyle Stowers, former Orioles prospect, with a walk-off hit for them. So there's a lot of names on that team. I have no idea who they are. I have never heard their names before. Today was the first time I saw most of them play. Alcantara went out, pitched pretty well for them. And then obviously Scanes is Scanes. But yeah. So Alcantara, Scanes, no decisions. It was 4-4 going into the ninth. Marlins scratched one across to beat them in the bottom of the ninth. So,
yeah. Did you watch any of that game?
Oh yeah, I had it on.
Okay. Did you have a little bit of flashback when you saw Conine run out to right field?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's pretty cool.
I was like, Conine, and of course it's
Yeah.
Griffin Conine, who is Jeff Conine's kid.
Yeah.
And Jeff Conine is really kind of Mr. Marlin, or at least was. But when I saw Conine in right field, I'm like, there's no way. And sure enough.
Yeah. I think the Pirates are going to ride Scanes for as much as they can, right? He's going to be their horse until his arm falls off.
Yep. And he was good today. He wasn't as sharp as usual, but it's still early. 5 1/3, 3 hits, 2 earned, 2 walks, 7 Ks. The stuff is still insanely good, but not quite as sharp as he wants to be. And 4 runs. You would think if you score 4 runs with him on the mound, you're going to win. But the Marlins just kept kind of squeaking them out. Like every inning, they'd come back with 1, and they'd get another one, and they'd get another one. Next thing you know, you look up and it's a tie game, and you're like, wow, okay, like we got a ball game here.
Yeah. I mean, once you get past Gaines, though, it's got to be a sigh of relief. It's just like BP after that. You're just like, oh, thank God.
Exactly.
We don't have to hit off.
They scored in the top of the 5th, a couple of inherited runners that Scanes left behind. And those are the 2 runs he gave up were inherited runners. And then after that, they just kind of chipped away against the bullpen.
Yeah.
Which, again, like the Pirates, that bullpen is, Bednar is usually pretty consistent, but other than that, it's, Holderman had the blown save. Not a guy you're expecting to be in a lot of high leverage situations, super effective. The bullpen is missing some pieces. The offense is missing some pieces. It's not a great team.
No, agree. 1K for Gallon already. All right.
I like it.
San Francisco Giants continue their streak of a different left fielder. 19. Kyle Tucker. Warning track. All right. Sorry. 19 consecutive seasons.
You are apparently well ahead of me.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing the strikeout.
Oh, it's about time I'm ahead of you.
I was just going to say.
19 consecutive seasons with a different left fielder stays intact for the San Francisco Giants. This ties a Major League Baseball record with the 1937 through the 1955 St. Louis Browns / Orioles, who also was left field. So the top 3 longest consecutive streaks of a different starter is a left fielder. It's 1919, and I think the third place was 17 years. And it's all left fielders, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, I just assumed that Helio Ramos played left field in opening day for them last year, but he wasn't even up, was he?
I don't think so.
So, I didn't. It didn't
Yeah.
even dawn on me that it happened until you mentioned it to me before the show, and I was
Oh,
like, oh, okay.
yeah. Suarez just airmailed a throw. Crazy. Yeah. So 19 consecutive years. No one
That's
has
crazy.
started multiple years in left field since Barry Bonds retired. That's mind blowing to me. Absolutely crazy, but pretty cool.
Suarez didn't airmail that throw. I'm pretty sure he threw it in the upper deck.
Yeah, that
My
was
lord,
bad.
where was
bad.
that going?
No idea.
And he had all the time in the world to set his feet. Like, where was that going?
That's all right.
Wow.
We want another K anyways. We don't. That's fine.
Yeah,
All
let's
right.
just string up the Ks. No, it's
1,000%.
I totally agree. Like, they need a new left fielder next year. It should be a rule. Like, if they have to like put a starting pitcher out there for the first inning just to say they kept the record alive, I'm fine with that.
Yep.
But like, you need to throw a bullpen guy out there that you're not going to use that day and just make sure he starts, because I want to see the streak go on forever.
Yep. Absolutely.
Hell, put a fan out there, put him on the roster for the day. Like, let's just make it a tradition.
Right. So speaking of the Diamondbacks who just started here with the Cubs, we got Jordan Montgomery, season-ending Tommy John surgery. Is this the last that we'll see of Jordan Montgomery? Ever?
I mean, it's definitely the last you'll see of him in Arizona. There's no way there'll be any conversation about re-signing. I mean, he's only 32. I feel like, so you have the surgery now, you come back for your age 34 season. I feel like somebody's going to take a flyer on him. I look at what the Red Sox did with Paxton. The 2 years, 20 million, 10 million per season. The second season wasn't guaranteed. Like, there's ways to play around, but somebody's going to take a chance on him.
Right. And they also knew the first season he wasn't going to pitch or something like that. Right.
Yeah. They basically kind of locked him up so nobody can get him. But I would have to imagine when Montgomery is closer to coming back, some team will take a shot on him. Because I mean, he looked horrendous this spring. Like, we were laughing at the first outing. He gave up like 6 runs in an inning or 2/3 of an inning. Like, he got torched.
Yeah.
The stuff was flat. The velocity was down. And then all of a sudden he's hurt, and then he's getting surgery. It's like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of funny how you can see that like almost coming, right? Because it's just like their quality of pitches isn't there.
Yeah.
Like they look flat. There's no velocity.
Yeah. No sharpness, no explosion, no finish. Like, the pitches look lazy. Like, there's no late movement or break on them or bite.
Yeah.
Spin on them's not tight, velocity's down. Like, you can see when a guy just doesn't have it, and he did not have it. And after the debacle of last year and then a tough start to the spring, like, if you're a Diamondbacks fan, this is one of the worst contracts you've signed, given not just in terms of dollars and cents, but in terms of what you hope to get out of him.
Yeah, that was a tough one, because him coming in, I was actually pretty excited. All right, I don't hate it. Yeah. Montgomery would be comeback player of the year with another team.
I totally could see it, and I know, like, I looked at the signing of Montgomery, and I was with you, like, wow, that's a big deal. Like, that's a solid number 2 to sit behind Gallen. And just never materialized. After that great run with Texas, it just never. Yeah, it wasn't the same guy.
Yeah, Gallen, Kelly, and then Montgomery, and then pencil and Erod in there too when he was coming back. It's like, all right, Erod's not a top of the line pitcher, but he's gonna give you a 50-50 chance to win every night. So he's not a bad number 4, not a bad number 5, whatever. And their staff was looking good. And then you sign Corbin Burns, and you're like, all right, now he really has no pressure to go out and perform, because you got Burns, Gallen, Kelly at the top.
Yep.
And he can just go out and pitch, and that's it. And then he's hurt. So tough break, but
yeah, not ideal.
No. I mean, hasn't really had a great relationship with the front office either. That probably doesn't help.
Well, when they openly call you a mistake to the media, it's kind of hard to get all warm and fuzzy with them.
Yeah, absolutely. So, all right. So our Thursday night rounding third triple play parlay. This is what we went with tonight. We went with Ketel Marte 2+ hits tonight. We went Justin Steele 4.5 Ks, and then we went over on 5.5 Ks per gallon. So we need 6 Ks at a gallon. Let's hope it. So $5 to get 70. And because I said we were going to keep track no matter what, we did not do well not last week, but the week before going into Japan.
We were doomed from the start when Freddie Freeman got scratched 30 minutes before first pitch.
Yeah, we had Freeman at, what was it, 2 hits, I think? And half hour before it was like, he's scratched.
Yeah,
and it's like
that hurt.
That's terrible. So
it's a tough start.
Yeah.
That's right. We battle back.
That's right. We only got to win one and we'll be in the green. So
yeah. So
that's it.
So Nick, I just want to let you know that I don't think there's enough runs being scored in the Diamondbacks game. So I switched over to watch the Mariners play because I'm assuming they'll score a lot more runs.
Okay. Yeah. I would imagine.
Yeah. I want to see some offense, so of course I'm going to put Seattle on.
Naturally. So yeah. So yeah, that's the quick rundown of the big ones. If anybody in the chat has anything they want to talk about for opening day, definitely throw it in. But go ahead.
I was like, we're just gonna be hanging out watching some baseball.
So. There's one. Cattell, baby, let's go. NL MVP. Yep. Right center double. There we go.
I like it. There's one. We're on our way.
Dude, I want the Diamondbacks to put up another 16 spot like they did opening day last year in that one inning. That was insane. Cattell Marte is my favorite player to watch in the MLB right now. He was last year. He continues to be.
He's good. No argument here.
Yeah. Who are all your favorite players to watch right now? Corbin Carroll, right at him. Is there a team that we're planning to follow that's a bit under the radar? A bit under the radar. So, like, our first team is the Red Sox. That's why we have, like, our other side show, which is rounding third Boston. They're our, like, primary team. The Diamondbacks are my secondary team. But a team that's under the radar. Honestly, I'm probably going to tune into a lot of Oakland A's games. I'm probably going to split screen the Diamondbacks and A's, to be honest. I literally
just put the Mariners A's on because I want to see some of this game.
Yeah, I like what they're starting to do there. You know, you extended Rooker, you extended Lawrence Butler. You finally brought in a free agent pitcher with Severino. Like, I get it. It's Severino and Jeffrey Springs. But you're starting to make moves that you haven't seen the A's make in 20 years.
Long time.
And to me, it's Fisher getting that team ready for Vegas. So I'm excited to kind of see what they're about. And I like Brent Rooker. I like Shea Langoliers. Yep. I think he could have 30+ home runs this year.
I'm a huge fan of Lawrence Butler. Love what that guy does. He's pure energy.
Yeah.
So I think I agree with Nick. I think the A's are a team that we're both going to watch just because of interest and the great young core. I will say that we're both big on the Reds. We both like the Reds a lot. I think that's a team that I'll watch quite a bit of. I don't expect much out of the Pirates, but I'll probably watch some games there. And honestly, one team that I am intrigued by,
Josh Naylor with his first RBI single for the Diamondbacks.
Love it. We need Justin to get them Ks though.
No, that's true.
That's okay. He can give up 10 runs as long as he strikes out 5. I don't care.
This is a good point, Captain. The MLB did force the A's a little bit. They said they needed to get above the floor. I think it's that they forced them, and I think the A's want to start building towards Vegas. Like, they see Vegas, they want some cornerstone guys to be in place when they get to Vegas, when they land there, and they're hoping, you know, Rooker's trajectory is looking that he could be a perennial all-star by the time they hit Vegas, if he isn't before then already.
Yep.
I think that's what they're hoping with Butler and Rooker there.
Yeah, you've locked up your core, and now you got to start building because you don't want to show up in a new ballpark in a new market and suck. Like, that would be
right.
Bad start.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I love the history of the A's, and they need to be relevant. Baseball's better when the A's are good.
Yeah. Yeah, the Austin Wells homer to lead off the game. We talked about that to lead off the show. That was Crazy. I mean,
Hit that a solid 290 feet.
Yep. I mean, home run's a home run. But
I think
pretty
you
cool.
could hang rope off of it. It was a low liner.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he left a fastball, let her high, and Wells deposited it. So he did what he had to do.
Off that puppy.
Yep.
And I was saying one team I'm fascinated by is the Marlins. I think the Marlins, there's a ton of young players on that team, a fair amount of young talent. I will be tuning into the Marlins on occasion just because I want to see all the young guys that are trying to work their way in there.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I watched them today, and like I said, I was going down the lineup, and I go, no clue who you are, no clue who you are, never heard your name before, heard your name before.
No, and I would be willing to bet by like May 15th, a few of those guys will be back in AAA, and a few of those guys will be household names, or like names we recognize. I shouldn't say household names, but names we recognize, because like Xavier Edwards is a name that everybody's going to know by the end of the season.
Yeah,
he is a freak.
Yeah,
but that team, it's literally like you go on the roster, it's like, nope, haven't a clue who any of you guys are.
Yeah. I would love to watch a few Nationals games, but again, I'm blacked out. But it might be a team that I, kind of go back at the end of the night, and watch the rerun. Josh Hader saved the game today for the Astros, his 200th. It's crazy, his 200th already, huh?
Yeah, did you see the strikeout of Soto and the game?
Yes, I did.
That was horrendous. You don't see Juan Soto look that bad that often.
Yeah, that was a nasty slider.
The pitch was gross, and Juan Soto was nowhere near it.
No.
I mean, I don't think I expected a lot out of the Mets today, but is this a disappointing start to the season for them, coming out and scoring one run?
Yeah, and they scored it late?
It was
in the ninth. Yeah. I think Mets fans watch that game and they go, here we go again.
Yep.
Or still, I don't know.
Yeah, that's right. Frankie Lindor hit a sac fly in the ninth after they walked him loaded.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I would say an generally unimpressive start for the Mets. Granted, again, one game, but still, it's
right.
Juan Soto 1 for 3, 2 walks and a K. Pretty standard Juan Soto. Everybody else,
But I mean, you're also going against Framber Valdez, right? I mean, we've seen this guy be the model of consistency across the league for a while now. He is frustrating as hell. He is for lack of better comparison, our generation's Greg Maddux.
Yep.
He just dots the sinker on the inside, outside corner, and then drops that nasty Uncle Charlie on you, and you just pound it into the ground. That's all you can do with him.
Yeah, I mean, Valdez went 7 innings, gave up 4 hits, walked 2, struck out 4.
Yeah.
Again, like nothing like super sexy about a stat line, but you managed no runs in 7 innings and you only got 4 hits, and he probably scattered them, and they were probably, maybe a line drive, a couple of ground balls to the hole, and a blooper. Like, there's just no solid contact against him. You're just pounding balls into the dirt.
Yep, agree. Yeah, they definitely looked not awesome. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
No, they looked flat. They looked very flat.
Yeah, I did not get to see Vladdy today because, again, played against the Orioles. But he's dropped weight in the last couple off seasons, and definitely looks good. I think it's also he knows free agency is coming up, so he's got to put up a pretty big season here to get what he wants, because the Blue Jays aren't going to pay him, apparently.
So, as of today, the Blue Jays made another offer to him. They are still apart, but they are much closer than they were before.
Really?
So the Blue Jays made one more offer to him. They're not there yet, but they're close or closer. And Vladimir Guerrero at this point is not ruling out that he would consider signing during the season if the right deal was offered. So the Blue Jays have come back around in hopes of tying him up.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Vladdy, you don't even have to cave. You just sit there and you wait for the Blue Jays to give you exactly what you want. Vladdy's got all the leverage. He's like, you don't give me what I want, I'm going to free agency, and that's that.
He can just play it out and take off.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, Vladdy's in the driver's seat here. Like, when the season's over, I'm gone. So you have until then to figure this out. But I'm not getting into any sort of long-term negotiation with you guys. You can come to me.
Yeah. Yeah, the Orioles lineup, if they hit like that every night, good luck AL East. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
Rushman with 2 home runs and Mullins with 2 home runs? They both hit 2?
oh, Cedric hit 2? I didn't see
Was
him.
it Cedric that hit 2 also?
I know Westberg went deep, but I don't know about Mullins. But they put up, what, 12 runs, right?
Yeah, Rushman went deep twice. Mullins went deep twice. Westberg went deep. 5 home runs in the game.
Dang, man.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, just absolutely swarmed.
just the hell with my prediction then. My preseason pick.
That's why I said in the picks, like, it's going to be the Red Sox and the Orioles, and they're going to fight to the death, I think, for this division, with the Yankees right on their heels.
I just don't see where still, like, again, that's the first game of the season, but I don't know where the Orioles are gonna get their starting pitching from.
Well, when you score 12
really
runs,
don't.
you don't really need to worry about it.
No, but you're not gonna score 12 every night either.
No, I think they're gonna have their stretches. They're gonna have stretches against tough teams where they struggle. They're gonna have stretches against tough teams where they mash. Again, the Orioles are gonna have to make sure they win the games they're supposed to win.
Yeah.
You cannot go in and play a team like the Blue Jays and drop 2 out of 3. Like, you've got to take 2 out of 3 or sweep it.
And on the flip side of that, I still can't understand how the Blue Jays pitching is as bad as it is. It's mind numbing to me. I can't wrap my mind around it.
Barrios was 5 innings, 6 earned, 5 Ks, gave up 3 bombs. Like, he was not effective in any way, shape, or form.
No, but even he gave up a home run to Tyler O'Neill too. Forgot that one.
Yeah, Mr. Opening Day.
Yeah, but that wasn't even a bad pitch. It was on the outside corner.
No,
dude.
No, I mean, Barrios threw a couple of cookies to Rushman and Mullins, but the one that O'Neill hit out was not a bad pitch.
No. PCA stolen base. That dude's gonna be ridiculous.
He's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, and John, I'm kind of with you. I think that Vladdy in Toronto keeps the Blue Jays relevant.
Yes.
And I think the Blue Jays are a team where, when they're relevant, it's better for baseball because you also bring in more of that Canadian audience that wants to see good baseball. And we've seen it when the Blue Jays are good, those fans come out. Those are very supportive fans, but they just aren't going to come out for a team that sucks.
And I think, honestly, if Vlad leaves Toronto, right, I think you can take any chance that there'll be an expansion team in Canada. Yeah. Right? Like John said, you said, Harrison, I think if MLB or any city in Canada wants an expansion team, they got to show that they can support it. And if Vladdy goes, there's going to be nothing there. And the MLB is just going to be like, yeah, no, I think we're good with another Canadian city. Because it is a headache to get paid in Canada, right? They have different taxes. They have all that stuff. Like, we don't know if players can get back into the U.S. and all that stuff now. So it's crazy. But
yeah, that place was rocking back in the 90s.
Yeah,
and it would again if that team was in it and in a chase. That place would rock. Yeah. And yeah, we talked about this earlier. The White Sox, the fact they demolished the Angels today. The Angels had to put a position player out there. White Sox had a good day, and sadly, they had a good day against the kid who's probably up in the major leagues too soon.
Yeah. What is that kid's name? Do you have
Ryan Johnson?
That's right.
But yeah, so he got drafted number 74 overall in this past draft, and has never pitched a minor league inning.
Yeah, went straight
to the major leagues, which is a lot for a 22-year-old kid.
Yeah, it's a lot for anybody, but
I mean, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's a bit of a jump from college to the majors, although it didn't seem to matter to Paul Skeens. So,
well, that's also Paul Skeens,
but he was also a man amongst boys in college. So
yeah, right, absolutely.
I didn't see. Did Dylan Cruz play today? I didn't even look.
I don't know. I didn't get to watch any of them.
Yeah. James Wood went 0 for 3 with a walk and a K. Cruz went 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored.
Gotcha.
So they were both they didn't contribute much, but they were there.
Yeah.
They cruised hitting out of the 8-hole. Like, that's dangerous. That's not that Nationals lineup is not a bad lineup.
The Nationals lineup?
Yeah. I mean, today they went Abrams to Wood to Luis Garcia Jr. hitting third. Then you had Josh Bell, Nathaniel Lowe, Paul DeJong, Ruiz, Cruz, and then Young. Jacob Young played center field today.
Yeah. Severino just pegged Tellez.
And Tellez is smiling at him.
Yeah.
I mean, Tellez is not a small boy. He's not the kind of guy I'd make mad.
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't know if I'd mess with Severino either, though.
No, Severino's also a big dude.
Mariners
I don't think Severino would be afraid to start something.
Oh, that's not a strike, sir.
Vancouver, yeah, Vancouver be interesting. I'm a huge proponent of baseball back in Montreal. That market is huge, and that the fans would love to see him again. But they got to do it right. You can't go back to Montreal like you did and play in a dumpster fire of a dome ballpark with an ownership group that's ineffective and kind of dysfunctional. And
but you have to dome a Canadian field, right?
Well, yeah,
there's no way you can't, right?
No, and the irony of it all, the irony of it is most of your Canadian population lives in that little sliver kind of above the Great Lakes. So like their climate's the same as like New York and Massachusetts and all that, but
right.
You still want a dome because when you get like that lake effect weather there, look out.
Well, you wouldn't be able to start playing home games until July anyways because of the snow. So like,
well, yeah, in the lakes area, yeah, you'd have other stuff to. That's why there's no, baseball team in Buffalo. Like that won't even go there.
Yeah, right. Well, there is. It's a AAA team, but
yeah, and they usually start most of April on the road.
Yeah.
Although I will say, was it BYU that I shared the video of? Like they've got the heated field.
Yeah,
with like when they get those weird like April snowstorms, they can just like turn the heaters on and melt it all down, and the field's ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if we're gonna. I don't.
This is an interesting one. The Joey Gallo trying to become a pitcher. I mean, if there's anybody who understands how to strike guys out, you think it'd be him, considering how many times he did strike out. He's always had a great arm. I mean, if he can put some mechanics to it, maybe.
Yeah.
Who's the Braves player? Is it Culberson who's trying to work his way back up through the minors as a pitcher?
Yeah, Charlie Culberson. Yeah. Got a 2-run double for the Cubs. Ian Happ.
Oh, nice. Not a boy, Happ.
Yeah, we're gonna lose this parlay too. Gallen's not gonna get it. He's already at 40 pitches. So he's not going to be in the game long enough to get.
He's just got to string a few together, Nick. That's all he's got to do. That's all we're asking for.
Sure. Maybe we should just start doing individual bets instead of parlay.
Nah, we got this. We're good.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
The individual bets don't pay anything.
You don't think you would have to dome Vancouver? Well, probably not. It's not that far from Seattle, right? But yeah, Seattle's retractable though, right? Because of the rain.
I think you want to dome it. I think ideally that you would dome it. Just because that way you like if you get in the postseason, that would really not be fun in October.
No, and just the rain. I would imagine Vancouver gets just about as much as rain as Seattle does.
The Pacific Northwest is miserable.
Yeah. Oh, 3-1 Cubbies.
Yeah. Kyle Tucker just drove another one in.
Yeah. Your NL MVP pick.
Yep. I probably should have set my fantasy lineup today. I'm not sure I checked on it.
Too worried about not being able to watch baseball.
I know. It was awful.
Yeah, it was terrible. Yeah, late season and early season would be tough. I agree with that. But World Series favorites. We did kind of go over this.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously the NL
Oh, yes.
is the Dodgers, right? Like I hate to say that it's the Dodgers, but if I had to say somebody not the Dodgers, I picked Diamondbacks and Red Sox. You went a little different though, right? Who did you end up choosing, Harrison? You went
Yeah. So I was, for me, it was, if not the
Dodgers,
so obviously if not the Dodgers, I had gone Braves.
Braves. That's a good one. Yep. Who about in the AL? The AL to me, I think could be anybody's.
I think the AL literally like put the teams on a dartboard and throw a dart at it. Like I don't know that there's. I think where we were a month and a half ago is the Yankees were the clear cut best team in the AL. Then you had the Red Sox and Orioles kind of behind them, Rangers behind them. Then when you lost Cole and Heel, I think the Yankees dropped, and now you've got this. I think you've got the Red Sox and the Orioles, who are probably the two best teams in the American League right now. The Yankees are right behind them, and then you've got the Royals, the Rangers, kind of filling in behind them.
Did you just see that change up by Logan Gilbert?
Oh, it's disgusting. What he does is disgusting.
Oh man, that was nasty. Oh
Yeah, it's just like he literally just like watch him like pull the string back, and it's just like,
oh, that was Max Muncy.
Oh, is that Max Muncy? Nice.
Yeah. This is good to know. Thank you. Because Harrison and I are new to this. We've never done this before. So we just thought it'd be kind of fun to bring it up and like try to learn on the fly. But we did see this option here. But Jackson Merrill's plus money for a half in today's game for a run or an RBI. So runs plus RBIs plus 5. So that's good to know. Maybe we'll look at that next week then.
Yeah, so we're looking at the different options. Whether you can do the over unders, you can do the combined. You can also do the two players combined, where it's like you can take 2+ hits from like Kyle Tucker and Seiya Suzuki, and as long as you get 2 in total. They continue to add options to these parlays that you just scroll for pages for the options that they have.
Yeah. Oh, went to opening day Astros. That's awesome. That was a good game to watch too. Nice.
Yeah, that was a good game.
That's awesome. Where were you sitting? Crawford boxes, box seats,
owner's box.
And we agree with you right here 1,000%. It's not ideal. And then watching, I don't know if it was nerves with Devin Williams today or if he is just one of those heart attack closers, which he could be.
He has his moments.
Yeah. He did not look sharp. And again, it's day 1 of 162. Like I completely understand. I completely get it.
Yeah. And Jesse, your point, Elizabeth is saying the same thing. Like the Yankees have a chance if they're pitching.
Oh, right off Gilbert.
What? You must be you're way ahead of me.
Man. It looked like he took it right off the cheek. Like the butt cheek. Sorry, not the.
I was going to say like the face. Oh yeah, like right off his pocket.
That will leave a mark.
Yeah, that sure will.
I've been drilled in the side of the thigh pitching in college, and it left like a massive bruise on my thigh for quite a while.
Yeah.
Oh, Suarez, did you? Oh. No doubter. Man.
And here I went over to the Mariners game to watch all the offense, and apparently I'm missing it over at the Cubs Diamondbacks game.
Yeah, 3-2, bottom of the second there.
Nice.
I mean, did you really go to the Mariners game to watch offense? Let's be
No, I came here to watch Logan Gilbert.
Yeah.
Let's be serious.
Yeah.
And I came to see Rooker and Butler.
Yeah. But no, I mean, back to the Yankees. I know we were talking about it. If the Yankees pitching was there, I mean, Garrett Cole is the biggest loss I think any team could possibly have.
That's a big deal.
Like, yes, if Shohei gets hurt for the Dodgers, is that a big loss? Yes. But then you have Freeman, Betts, and you have other pieces that can help, right? you take Cole out of that rotation, they're a completely different animal. And I think he's the biggest impact for that rotation. I mean, yes, Fried is obviously a really nice pickup. But yeah, that rotation I think is in trouble. Clark Schmidt's hurt, and you're relying on Stroman to come in and kind of pick up the slack, and it's just not, man. As a real baseball fan, I love heart attack closers. Listen, as Boston fans, that's all we've had. I think our last like automatic closer, honestly, was when we picked up Keith Folk in 2004. I can't think of it. Papelbon was a heart attack closer.
Papelbon had stretches, but he was more heart attack than anything.
Luis Heel too, Elizabeth. Yes, completely. I mean, that's a huge
Cole and Heel are painful losses.
Massive. Yeah, I mean, Papelbon, heart attack closer. Kimbrell, when he was here for that 1 or 2 years, 1 year, I don't know. Yeah. That was heart attack every night.
Jansen,
I feel the pain. I mean, it makes it exciting when you win. It makes you furious when they lose.
Well, you even go back in time, like you remember the days of like you had Jeff Reardon come through here, you had Byung-Hun Kim who closed for a little while, you had Koji, and Koji had moments.
Pretty good. He had moments, but he was pretty damn dominant when he was here. Yeah. Eckersley. Yeah, I mean,
great choice. Eckersley was not only a great closer, but a great starter for a stretch.
Who would you say your favorite closer is of all time, Harrison?
Favorite closer of all time?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Like not necessarily the best, just like your favorite.
Oh my! So I've got favorites for different reasons, but one guy, and it's not my favorite, but I'm just one guy that always jumped out at me was Heath Bell in San Diego.
Yeah, he slid into the mound.
Yeah, he'd come running out, slide into the mound. Like he had all these weird quirks. But he's a guy like I always remember. And like Heath Bell is not a guy like anybody that's not like a really big baseball fan will have any idea who the hell I'm talking about. But I always remember him because he had these weird quirks, but he was like energy and fire, and like he was like intense on the mound, like John Rocker of sorts.
Yeah.
Just like wild out there. And he was good for a stretch, but I think if I had to pick one closer that like I just enjoyed watching more than anybody, it was like peak Gagne. Like that to me is like the definition of a closer.
Yeah.
When he got announced, the music came on, the whole stadium went, "Oh, we're leaving. Like it's over."
Yeah.
Like he ripped your soul out when he came into the game.
Yeah. I think when I first understood like what a closer was, I was watching the Cubs every day, and it was Randy Myers. He was the tall lefty closer.
Yep.
But yeah, Rob Dibble and Mitch Williams. Those are great ones.
Rob Dibble fielding the ball and going up the line to throw it right into the guy's back.
Oh yeah, absolutely awesome. Lee Smith. Yeah, absolutely Lee Smith for sure.
You know, a closer that I loved, speaking of the Cubs, was Rod Beck.
Oh yeah, Rod Beck was up there too.
Rod Beck is a legend. Yeah,
Jeff Reardon.
Yeah, so Forrest, in my house, he was known as Jeff Rear End because he tended to blow a lot of saves for the Red Sox. Although he was great in Montreal, he came to Boston and sucked.
I honestly another guy,
Hoffman's so good. I love a closer whose best pitch is a changeup. Like there's something about that like just gets me excited.
Yeah,
you got a guy like Hoffman who lived off of a changeup. You got a guy like Devin Williams who lives off of a changeup. There's something about those guys, Keith Folk, that in a high pressure, like need to get out situation where you can like get him with soft stuff like that. I love it.
Devin Williams now, like his main pitch is that changeup. But
and
another guy I also loved watching was, I was just going to kind of bring up the Braves, was Wohlers. You stole it, Brandon. I was just going to say Mark Wohlers.
Mark Wohlers, yeah. Good one.
Yeah, he was fun to watch with the Braves, and then he set up Mariano for a little bit there in New York, right?
Mariano had all kind. No,
or did he close in New York before Mariano?
I think he closed in New York because you had Wetland then came in and set up for.
Wetland.
Yeah, because Wetland was a setup guy for Mo. But Mariano always had great setup guys that were the bridge to get to him. That was so key.
Yeah, it helps when you have a guy that has a clean inning in front of you, for sure. It was Wetland I was thinking of.
Yep.
He did pitch 1 year with the Yankees in 2001, though. He had 31 games, 35 innings pitched. Looks like he went over at the deadline.
Oh, okay. That was up.
I thought he was there for a little bit, but I was thinking more of Wetland, the sweat-stained hat.
That's Wetland. Wetland was a mess out there.
Yeah.
Great. He was great in Texas. He was great in New York. Mo, obviously, Mariano is the greatest to ever do it. Oh, Bobby Thigpen is his 50 save season. Yeah.
I mean, K-Rod 62. I mean, he was fun to watch that year. He was absolutely dominant.
Yeah, Brandon, and that was the key. Mo never had to come in to get 1 out in the 8th and 3 in the 9th. Like,
right.
The setup guys always left him with a clean bridge to the 9th. The Nasty Boys those guys were legendary. There's so much baseball in the 60s, 70s, and 80s that I wish I was around for. There was so many great, you had the Big Red Machine. You had all those. You had a bunch of dynasties that were running through there. You had the Phillies. You had so many teams and so many great players. So funny story, Brandon. Brian Wilson's actually from New Hampshire. I played high school baseball against him. He was a super normal, relatively quiet kid in high school, and then became a maniac with a beard when he got to the show. But I remember he'd come back from the Pan Am games, and he went to Pinkerton, which is in the southern New Hampshire, and they had those old 2-piece bats. He had like the barrel and the handle came together.
The connection.
And he actually the connection. He snapped the head off of one. I was playing third base and sent it over my head into left field. He was a hell of a hitter too.
Yeah. Joe Nathan.
How about Rick Aguilera, Nick? What do you know about Rick?
Not much, apparently.
Rob Nen was a good one. I like Rob Nen. Norm Charlton is a name I have not heard in a while.
How about
he looked like a driver's ed teacher. I love that.
How about early 2000s Phillies closer, Brad Lidge?
Yeah, Lidge was good. He came over from the Astros, right?
Yep.
How about Billy Wagner?
Yeah, of course. Hall of Famer Billy Wagner.
Finally, Hall of Famer Billy Wagner. Yeah. And I will admit, I am a one of the guys who screams the closer role is overrated, but a great closer that's the difference. A great closer is a really important part of the team.
Yeah.
Just a guy that gets saves is not.
Yeah, agree. Jose Mesa.
Oh.
Guy threw cheddar.
Armando Benitez.
Oh, yeah.
I'll never forget the Yankee Stadium fight that he started.
Oh, that one that went all the way down into the dugout?
Yeah, when he drilled Tino in the back and all hell broke loose at Yankee Stadium.
That's one of the worst brawls ever. Just when you see it tumble down into the dugout there.
That was legendary.
Yeah,
somebody back here in the chat brought up Rick Vaughn, which I just want to say thank you for bringing Ricky Vaughn into it.
I mean, he's number one, right? I mean, it just goes without saying he's the best of all time.
I'm telling you, whenever I hear Wild Thing, I just think of Major League. I can't.
So what was it? It had to have been when we first started this podcast like 3 years ago. We each picked like our best fictional baseball lineup, and it was like, I mean, it was a while ago, but it was pretty cool to do that.
Yeah, it was Ricky Vaughn. It was Billy Chappell.
Yeah, I had Dottie Henson behind the plate.
Steve Nebraska on the mound.
Oh yeah, I mean, crazy.
He's a fruitcake, but he throws a bazillion and hits home runs.
Yep. Yeah,
I'm really disappointed. Cool. This A's and Mariners game, there's no scorer in the fourth inning.
Yeah, it's a shocker. Real shocker there.
I mean, this Mariners offense is a juggernaut. How do you keep those guys down?
David Cohn, Doc Gooden. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Cohn back with the Mets was even better than when he was with the Yankees. The young David Cohn was nasty.
Yep.
Oh, Alejandro Pena and the big arm swing. Yep. And there's what was it? Was it Antonio Alfonseca that had the extra fingers? Like he actually had 6 fingers on his hand when he was throwing?
Why am I drawing a blank on Alejandro Pena? Oh, yeah, I got him. I got you.
Yes, as soon as you see him, you're like, oh, right.
Yeah. I was drawing a blank.
Ooh, did he just dive and make that catch?
Who, Rodriguez?
Yeah, J-Rod.
Yeah, he slid.
I love the pink glove.
Yep.
When we were playing, Nick, you could have a black glove or a brown glove. Now it's like pink, orange, aquamarine. So all these color choices.
I know it was a big day when I had the 2-tone glove, or my laces were different. Yeah. My laces were different colors.
That was huge. That was such a huge deal. Yeah. So it's Antonio Alfonseca that had 6 fingers on each hand.
Yep. Oh yeah, I mean that's what made Mariano Rivera a unanimous Hall of Fame selection, right? Everybody knew what pitch was coming. You were going to get a cutter on your hands or a cutter on the outside part of the plate, and you weren't going to touch it. The end of story. It's insane.
Yeah, I want to see
Gene Larkin, 1991 World Series hero. Is that who he hit it off? It must have been, right? Maybe.
Say it again.
Baseball history dorks comment right there.
Oh,
said when he thinks of Alejandro Pena, he thinks of Gene Larkin. Gene Larkin was the walk-off World Series hit for the Twins.
Yes. Yep.
So was Pena closing that day?
Probably. Yeah, those Braves pitchers back in the day, you had Maddox, Glavine, Smoltz, Steve Avery, Kevin Millwood. Like you had so many good pitchers come through Atlanta.
Yeah, he was pitching for Atlanta, so I must have been off him.
Alfonseca did throw a good change and with a bunch of other stuff too.
Yeah.
They hit an extra pinky, so like he could like fully wrap the ball.
Yeah. Yeah. Tom Glavine. We've talked about this Brave staff numerous times. I mean, they were just lights out, but yeah, Maddox, Glavine, Smoltz, Steve Avery, Greg McMichael was in there for a little bit.
Yep. Kevin Millwood launched there. Denny Nagel.
Our podcast favorite, John Rocker. I mean, the Braves had so many ridiculous pitchers in the 90s. Like Bobby Cox and Leo Mazzoni didn't have to do a GD thing sitting on the bench with those guys on the mound.
But again, the fact that team didn't win more
is a shame.
The 90s Braves and the 90s Indians are like the biggest miss in history. At least the Braves got one. But the fact they didn't get more than that, and the fact the Indians got none, with Manny Ramirez batting 7th.
Yeah, that 1997 World Series could have been one of the biggest upsets in.
Maddox's Gold Glove number is insane. Was it 18? Is that how many there were, Nick?
18. Yeah, he's got the most in history.
Just stupid. All right, I got to ask a question.
All right,
Machado. So Machado, the ball player, sure. But am I the only person that feels like Machado is like the dirtiest, nastiest, most hateable guy in baseball? Is it just me, or is chat with me on this one?
Did I freeze?
You did.
Okay. You can still hear me though?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
okay.
the Braves, the Braves pitching staff in the 90s was nasty. The lineup was really good. You ran so many guys through there. The Walt Weisses, Otis Nixon, Gant. You had the Jones boys. Like you had so many players roll through there. Javi Lopez, Eddie Perez. I mean, just you always had guys that could hit. And you always had a deep lineup. All right, Padres fan. All right. We'll take that. That's a good team. They looked really good today. We Nick and I are both native New Englanders, so we're Red Sox fans, but I do say I would say I'm a baseball fan. I'm a Red Sox fan, but I'm also a baseball fan. I just love to watch good baseball. So if it's not the Red Sox, I'm happy to watch somebody else. And that's why, like right now, I got all the other games on because I'm happy to watch anybody play baseball.
Yeah. I mean, and like we're diehard Red Sox fans, like we said, but like I'll also watch the Yankees too. And like I can appreciate what the Yankees bring to the game of baseball. Right? I'm not so like hardcore. It's like, oh, I can't watch the Yankees because I'm a Red Sox fan. Like it just doesn't.
All right. Chat's with me. Machado's a scumbag. Not wrong. He sucks a little bit. Okay, good. I'm not the only guy that thinks he's a tool. Yeah, the Braves had the crime dog. Andres Galarraga. Yeah, Galarraga was with the Braves there for a little while.
I can run down that entire lineup, dude.
Do it. Go.
Otis Nixon in center, Ron Gant in left, David Justice in right, Fred McGriff at first, Mark Lemke at second, Jeff Blauser at short, Terry Pendleton / Chipper Jones at third. Then you had Dan Olson behind the plate. You had Javier Lopez behind the plate, Eddie Perez behind the plate. Then you had Maddox, Glavine, Avery, Smoltz, McMichael, Nagel. I mean, I could just keep going.
Francisco, because when you dropped,
Cabrera,
when you dropped, I was running through a bunch of those players, and thankfully we said most of the same names.
Yeah,
I did add Walt Weiss though, because he was an all-star.
Oh yes, he was in there. I picture him mostly with Colorado though.
That's fair
for whatever reason. But yeah, Sid Bream and Francisco Cabrera in the playoffs there. Yep. Francisco Cabrera hits one up the middle to score Sid Bream. That's a Rafael Belliard. That's a great one. Rafael Furcal.
Yes, Belliard.
Furcal was towards the tail end of that. He was more 2000s, but
yeah, Belliard's
a great one. Jeff Treadwell. Was it Treadwell or Treadway? Either way, I know who you're talking about. But for some reason, I was thinking I think it is Way. I think you're right. It is Way. Yep. Is there Jeff Treadwell, or am I making that up?
It may just sound like a similar name. Andrew Jones was there for what, 12 years? He was there from 96 to 2007. So yeah, 12 seasons in Atlanta. Dude, and then he was irrelevant once he left there. He played 5 more years, but he was a shell of himself.
Dude,
Brian McCann.
I just came across the most random baseball player's name that I haven't heard him forever, because Treadway's in the picture, but Pat Listash.
Pat Listash, yeah. You know a name I thought of the other day doing the Who Is That Guy that I can't get out of my head is Luis Alicea.
Oh, great one.
I love Luis Alicea, but I was his name like popped into my head, and I'm like, oh man, I got to use him. Then I didn't.
You would have stumped me on that, but I mean, like, oh man, that was a good one, Luis Alicea.
Ryan Klesko, yeah, early Jermaine Dye, yeah, Jermaine Dye. What for like one year? Then he moved on.
Yeah,
they traded him.
Yep. Oh man, so many good ones in there.
I love that for us. We all have that the one or two like little factoids in our back pocket. We need to like really stump somebody and sound smart. I love that.
Yeah.
Listash, White Sox, great. Was he with the Brewers too?
He was everywhere.
Yeah, one of those guys.
Yeah.
Ever heard of Mike Beebe? No.
Wasn't he a point guard for the Arizona Wildcats that went to the NBA?
You mean Mike Bibby?
That's Mike Bibby. I don't know who Mike Bibby is.
So it doesn't sound familiar.
No, it looks like he's a politician. Yeah, baseball.
Royals Tucker deal? What are we talking about? Brandon, what do you mean with the Tucker deal for the Royals?
Yeah. Oh, Birkbeck. Mike Birkbeck.
Oh, okay. Still no, but that I might find that name now. Vaughn Hayes. Oh, gotcha. That was the Jermaine Dye trade. I got it. I follow you now. I was confused. Yeah. I'm like, what are we looking at here? That was Jermaine Dye.
Mike Birkbeck was a Brewers pitcher, looks like. He looks familiar to me, but I wouldn't have been able to place the name for sure without that.
Yeah. You know who we forgot in the main thing, Nick, was Mark Rogers.
Yeah, no, I left him out on purpose.
Oh, okay. I thought I'm like, oh, Mark Rogers.
He had 3 major league starts, and he was on the Mitchell report, so there was really no reason to bring him up.
I mean, fair.
So, yeah, I left him off on purpose. But yeah, crazy.
That's in my baseball team.
That's cool. That's cool.
Oh man.
So
Okay.
I mean, we could get into the steroid debate if we
boy.
really want to, but
Oh boy.
I don't know. We've kind of kicked that horse the last couple weeks, but
All right, I'm going to ask it. I'm going to ask the question this way.
I don't know.
Steroids in the late 90s, did they hurt baseball or did they save baseball? As much as I don't love the steroid era and the fact these guys are cheating, I think that coming off the 94 strike, baseball needed something. They needed a little shot in the arm. If you'll play along with me on that one.
I don't get it.
And I think steroids was what saved baseball. And the season of 1998, I don't care what anybody says, was one of the most fun seasons to watch as a fan ever.
Yeah.
So I think that as much as I don't like what happened, I think without the steroid era in the late 90s, especially, that I think that baseball would be in real bad trouble.
Like, all right. I kind of take a little bit of offense to this because like I'm not pro steroid. Let's be honest, right? Like I don't condone what they did whatsoever. I'm in the camp that like it happened and we should still celebrate them, right? Like it was just an era in baseball. Like the greenies were. We've talked about that. Like there's different eras in baseball where certain things happened that were illegal or frowned upon or whatever. Like you can break apart every single era in baseball and you can pick something out. Right? And I mean, I don't disagree with this point at all.
It did.
And I get it. I get it. Steroids are cheating. And I completely get that. And I'm with you on that. But when you have put the commissioner of that era in the Hall of Fame, you have put the boss that was watching the game like this. I say this week after week. He was watching the game like this, being like, I can't see what you're doing, but I know what you're doing. And he's in the Hall of Fame. You can't tell me that he had no idea that these guys were pumping juice.
Yeah, I mean, he was probably even helping him do it.
And it's not even the point. It's not even the point that it was an even playing field. Like I've put all of that aside at this point, and that doesn't really matter to me as much as soon as you put the commissioner in the league, it should open the floodgates for everybody else.
Yeah,
because you cannot tell me that he didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, and I think the next 2 points are really important. You know, steroids save baseball because all eyes are on baseball. The game was more exciting than ever.
Yes,
absolutely. But I do think that, you know, is it cheating? Yes. Should they have done it? No. Is it bad? Of course. But at the end of the day, baseball was on life support in 1995, coming off the 94 strike. The fans were gone, revenues were down. They were in a really bad spot, and steroids just so happened to come along and give them the boost they needed. I don't think they should be in the game, but at the same time, when MLB basically allowed it by not dealing with the issue till it was really over, and by profiting and pumping it up, pardon the pun, you can't blame the players for that. MLB wasn't stopping them. If anything, MLB was encouraging them to do more of it, and they dealt with it years after it was over.
I was gonna say
it was some big shock that it happened. Like the whole friggin' world knew they were doing steroids in the late 90s and early 2000s. Like that wasn't news. Yeah. Apparently Bud Selig, who'd had his head in the sand for 6 years, thought it was news. But it wasn't news. He knew what was going on, and he was benefiting. He was benefiting from it. He's credited with saving baseball coming off of that strike, when all he did was let these guys cheat and get away with it.
He didn't say anything. Oh, JJ Bleday gone. I think that's Bleday.
Sayonara.
No, nope,
Gilbert hung a bad one.
Tyler Soderstone. Yeah, the league didn't do anything about it until George Mitchell and the government got involved and was like, hey, you guys got to do something about this. Yep. And then they're like, oh, do something about what?
Yeah,
like,
is there a problem?
I didn't know anything was going on. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, again, like I'm not pro steroids. but I'm just at the point where like it happened. We can't change it. We can't do anything to alter it. It's done. It's over with. The players now are, clean, I guess. I mean, there's still players that are suspended for PEDs, but I don't know. It's done. It's over with. And as soon as you put the commissioner in, you put. Sorry if you're an Astros fan, you put Jeff Bagwell in. You put Ivan Rodriguez in. Did they juice? You can't say that they didn't. You can't say that they did.
Right.
You just don't know. Any player from that era, you could have been like, okay. Craig Biggio could have. He could have been a career minor leaguer, but he took steroids or HGH to stay on the field for 23 years. And he's still playing. That's how you accrue 3,000 hits.
Yeah, and Mo Vaughn came out a couple weeks ago and basically said the fact that he was using HGH later in his career to try to stay healthy and recover from injuries.
Yeah.
And it wasn't his idea to take HGH. It was recommended to him. Like that's where baseball was.
Ian Happ just went deep.
Yeah, Happ's had a good night. It's one of those things where we're not pro steroids. We acknowledge the fact that it was a bad time for baseball and they are cheating. However, we're also realistic to the fact that like MLB would be in really bad shape if not for steroids. Like steroids made baseball relevant again. It made baseball exciting again. It brought fans back. The season of 1998 was riddled with steroids, but it was the most fun season I can remember. It was must-see TV every night.
Yeah.
MLB was the thing to watch, and they needed that. So at the time, it helped.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's right, but it helped.
Yeah. Best dynasty ever. I mean, how can you say not the Yankees? I mean,
yeah, I'll take the Big Red Machine. I think that, and I'll take them because it's also the way they played. It was the kind of the brashness and confidence they had, and the fact that they interchanged pieces and just kept winning. But the Yankees have had the thing with the Yankees is most of their World Series championships came before like integration. And then after that it was the 90s run, and that was it. Like they weren't really a dynasty after like the 60s.
I mean, that 90s 2000s run was ridiculous. We were just talking about the Braves and Indians, and the Yankees beat them both. So it's like,
yep,
crazy.
Yeah, we have a run.
Yep. Yeah. But with all the home runs Ohtani and Judge hit, anyone concerned about them doping up? Careful, bud. They're going to cancel your YouTube channel if MLB hears you say that. But no, I don't know, man. It is what it is. I'm at the point where like, I think the Hall of Fame's a joke. We've been in that numerous times. Which I think also, keeps bringing the steroid issue up, right? I mean, the Hall is the reason we keep talking about steroids, right?
Yeah,
otherwise than that, right? Otherwise than that, it'd just be another era in history that we don't talk about. That's that, and I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know what the veteran committee is going to do when all these guys come off the ballot, if they even decide to put them in, or how they put them in, or if they just shun them forever. I don't know what's going to happen. But the Hall of Fame is why we keep talking about steroids. That's my own opinion. But I just think.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Manny's on that list too, right? And you don't know. The thing with Manny is he was caught towards the end of his career when he was with the Dodgers, right? But it doesn't mean he wasn't using in Boston. Doesn't mean he wasn't using in Cleveland. You just don't know. You don't know when these guys were using.
Yeah, you don't know when they were using. You also don't know who was using. Like the Mitchell. I mean, go back and read the Mitchell report. It's not even conclusive. It's like we have reason to believe these players may or may not have. Okay, cool. Thanks for that, George. Like you really cleared things up for us.
Right. They may or may not have didn't not take steroids. Okay, thanks. That clear as mud. Yep, awesome.
I mean, if Balco wants to sponsor the pod, I mean, we'll talk to him. That'd be some good headlines.
Heck, I'll just put it in the background right now. I don't even need to ask him. I already have the syringes. They just need to start sending me packages.
There you go.
Yep. Trade my insulin in for Balco stuff.
Yeah, don't threaten a diabetic and with needles in a good time.
Yeah, right. My God. Oh.
Yeah, Brandon, this is so true. I know I played baseball with a few guys that also went through the minors in the early 2000s, and there's all kinds of stuff being handed around clubhouses and locker rooms and on buses, and these guys are taking all kinds of supplements and stuff. They're not even sure what's in it. It's the way it was. It was whatever I needed to get on edge. 25% off all creams, gels, syringes for your loyal viewers. You trying to bulk up, John?
We'll just put them on our Etsy store.
Nice. We'll just make our own creams and gel. We'll make some homemade.
Harrison.
Oh, not like that, Nick. Yeah. No promises they'll work, but we'll give you 25% off.
I mean, yeah, that article by Ken Caminiti that came out in Sports Illustrated, I don't even know when that was. When that was.
Oh my goodness. It's
Caminiti SI.
Okay. We're looking that up. Can we talk about the Big League Chew batting gloves, the Bruce Bolts?
2002. I haven't seen those.
Oh, you haven't seen the Big League Chew ones? Oh man, hang on, I'm gonna find them. These are sick. Limited edition Big League Chew Bruce Bolts.
Yo, Cecil Fielder definitely had PEDs. It was called the buffet table. So don't even go there. Don't even go there with that.
Yeah, no, his PED was a plate empty disorder because he always emptied the plates he had in front of him.
Yeah, all right. History dork. Here we go. Testosterone supplement, 1889.
These guys are roiding up back in 1889.
Yeah.
I just put a link in the chat to the Bruce Bolts. They are they're cool. I don't get the love affair with these gloves, but these Big League Chew ones are cool.
And he's in the Hall of Fame. Pud Galvin is in the Hall of Fame. Put them all in.
I didn't mean it like that, Brandon. This is not that kind of show.
That's why I went Harrison.
Yeah,
Stop.
I did not mean to go that direction.
So, funny story about Big League Chew was when we were trying to come up with a name for this show, I really wanted to have it Big League Chew. I thought that would be really cool. It'd be a play on words. But then I was like, I don't know if we can use the name because it's already a product. So that's how we kind of ended up with rounding third. But yeah.
I still to this day have packets of Big League Chew in my house.
Grape?
No, gross. Grape? Oh,
what's your favorite?
Just a straight up plain, man.
What's wrong with me?
Grape? Gross.
What do you mean gross?
It's like chewing on Dimetap. Like, get out of here with that nonsense.
Yeah, it helps with my cough. Leave me alone.
And so there's no flavor in the world I hate more than like the fake grape flavor. I can't do grape flavored anything. It's just disgusting.
Can you do grape flavored grapes?
Really?
I'm asking. Do you eat grapes?
I do eat grapes, but they're not grape flavored. They're actually grape. Oh,
yeah.
Get out of here. Forrest, what is it?
Yeah.
What is it with you guys and the grape?
Yeah.
Grape is gross.
Get out of here. Dude,
the grape is gross.
You chew it for 30 seconds, it's gross anyway. So what does it matter?
It's fair. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Grape is trash. All right. Okay. We got a new debate.
There we go.
Steroids aside. All right. We're posting this. Great Big League Chew or what? You and I appear at odds.
All right. Fair enough. There's also wasn't there also like a blue raspberry in there that was pretty good? Can we just like settle on that? What was the other flavor? There's a third flavor in the mix. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, original.
Original's so good. Stop. Dude, I miss the days of the Bazooka Joe gum with the comic inside.
They have original, sour apple, watermelon, grape, blue raspberry, and Punch Out pink lemonade, which is a new addition.
Ooh, wow. Fancy.
You know what we do?
I still buy pouches of Big League Chew at the we got a local like old school throwback candy shop. I love that stuff.
All right, you know what we're doing? We're emailing Big League Chew tonight, We're gonna ask them if we can change our name to Big League Chew and have them sponsor us. And boom, look at that. We're not rounding third anymore. We're Big League Chew, and we have Big League Chew sponsoring
Or
us.
let's just ask for a Big League Chew sponsorship and leave it at that.
Or we could do that.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll just cut out this clip and send it to them.
Yes. Green Apple. I mean, I can meet you in the middle in Green Apple Forest. We can hang there together. I can't do anything grape flavored. I just can't do it. I love grapes, but like that fake grape flavor always to me tasted like the Dimetapp medicine I had as a kid, and I hated that stuff.
So grape flavored Jolly Ranchers are out too.
Gross! Don't touch them.
What's the favorite?
All right.
Favorite.
Hang on. All right, the beef jerky. So you were not a child of the 90s or 2000s if you didn't take that beef jerky and put it in your lip like it was dip and sit there for a few minutes feeling cool about it.
Yeah, I'm 40 years old and I still do that,
dude. Totally. Although, all right, question. I gotta ask this question to the group because I need to know who I'm talking with. Gum or seeds? Because I go through like dump trucks full of sunflower seeds all summer. I'm out mowing the lawn with a cheek full of seeds.
Oh yeah.
You going gum or seeds?
It's seeds all day for me until my cheek's so raw that I just have to switch to my other one.
Yep.
For a while.
Yeah, like the dentist is horrified to see me in the fall when I come in after destroying my mouth with seeds. But how much is Bregman getting paid? $40 million a season. It was 3 years, $120 million. He's got an opt-out at the end of each year.
Yeah, crazy.
Jose Canseco, he really was the one that like banged the drum the loudest on the steroid thing. What was a book called Juiced? Is that what it was?
Yes, Juiced. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, pretty good. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Like fake grape, down with fake grape.
The smacking seeds are really good. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's with us with seeds.
Yeah, seeds. Also, yeah.
I mean, I'm a David sunflower seeds just because that's what we had in college. Yeah. We had the big buckets of them in college. You just stick your face right in there and suck up a whole bunch and then just go. But
cigarettes and beer. Hey, you're not messing around, man. I like it.
Yeah.
See, I was an infielder and I still like the seeds, but I think as an outfielder with a lot more standing around, seeds are probably easier. There's nothing worse than like diving to your left and choking on your seeds when you hit the ground.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
Yeah. For me, if I had gum and I forgot it was in my bag, then it just sits there and gets all gross and like it's nasty. But
all right. We got Russia checking in.
Holy smokes. We are reaching globally here. This is insane.
Welcome, Dimitri from Russia.
The last 3 weeks we've had Bangladesh, Russia. Where did we have a fan in Norway? We have Australia.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of countries lately.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's definitely seeds for me, hands down. I think it always has been. Ever since I learned how to like chew them properly. Yeah, like when I first started chewing, I used to just when I first started chewing them though, I just like would chew the whole mouthful and just spit them all out.
Gross.
Like, just to get all the salt out. But yeah.
You mean like in the Sandlot?
Oh, we did this in college all the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was the big like blue raspberry Bubblicious. You would chew it for a little bit, take it out, and then just absolutely just wrap it.
Nice.
For sure.
Rounding third, rounding the globe. I like that for us, man. Hang on to that one.
Rounding third, rounding the globe. Absolutely. Until we chew it, change it to Big League Chew.
Yeah. First, a can of Wintergreen Grizzly. I mean, it does. It does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ken Griffey Jr., like, so he had those cool flip glasses. They were called gargoyles. Like, I bought a pair of those because he looked so cool in them. And then he had the backwards hat and he was blowing bubbles. Like, he made baseball so cool in his prime. Like, backwards hat, flip glasses, blowing bubbles, like just as chill as can be out there, making it look like a kid's game.
Come on, Perdomo.
Yeah. Rogers to the Niners over Purdy.
Yikes. Beat it. Let's go. 4-3. First and third, 2 outs.
Ooh. It's 1-0 over here, just if you're wondering. This is a real like offensive battle.
Well, Gilbert's filthy, man.
Hey, you don't score runs on Gilbert.
No. But this is gonna be the Mariners all year here. 1-0 in the 6th. Your starter's gotten you're giving up 1 run.
Yep. And you can't score any runs because you just can't score any runs.
Yeah. Brutal. Yeah.
Oh, love. And not only that, but Will Clark is a character. I love. He's been like back in the public eye again, and Will Clark is a gem. The stories that guy tells.
Yes, so good.
He's the man. I love Will Clark.
Yeah. The sweetest left-handed. I mean, it's obviously Griffey. If you had to pick another left-handed swing, whose would you choose?
See, I always loved Bonds because it was short, compact, powerful.
Oh yeah.
He was quick to the ball, quick through the ball.
No wasted movement.
Another swing I love was John Olerud. His was another one was like sweeping smooth. Yeah, that's the M's to a D. Yeah, they're gonna pitch great, and then they're going to not score.
Dude, that kid's hit the ball really hard for the A's tonight.
If the Mariners had 2 legitimate hitters in their lineup, this is a World Series team. That pitching is that good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 1000%.
Yeah, Will Clark stories are legendary.
We should have gone 6 Ks with Loger. What are we doing?
I don't know.
Another left-handed swing. Mickey Tettleton's was always fun for me just because he stood like back 2. But I wouldn't say it was like swing. Smooth. Yeah. Oler is a great one. That's a great pick. Mark Grace was pretty fluid with his.
Yeah, Gracie was good. That's a good choice.
Grace had a great left-handed swing there.
Yeah.
Most hits for anyone in the 90s. That's crazy.
That is a crazy stat.
Yeah.
And such a great guy. Like,
oh, Butler missed it.
Yeah, he did. Just missed it. Will Clark, Matt Williams, Kevin Mitchell, absolutely.
That whole San Francisco Giants right there.
Yeah, Kevin Mitchell was so good he didn't even need a glove. Just catch it barehanded.
Mo Vaughn's home run swing was pretty up there. That really like high finish.
Oh yeah,
that was a good one.
He had that super high finish. Then he hold it too.
Yeah, the freaking like at home plate, like
a weird crouch
over, and then just come unglued.
Yeah, the big guy would get low.
Jim Thome's was pretty ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Travis Hafner, another guy in that group.
Another good one.
He had more of like a kind of a whipping violent swing, but it was right to and through.
These are all good ones too.
Fred McGriff, that's a good one.
It's the Fred McGriff follow through for me. The one where he wraps it around the head.
Like a helicopter.
Yeah. Darryl Strawberry, great. Harper's
Delgado. Yeah.
Yep.
He had that really like quick wrist snap at the finish that bat just whipped through the zone.
And also in that list, I want to bring up Josh Hamilton. We got absolutely robbed of Josh Hamilton for sure.
Impersonation. It was good. It was good.
Nick, I mean, we've seen it quite a bit being Red Sox fans. I actually met Mo Vaughn too and seen it in person, so it's pretty cool. But
what you're gonna find here is there's no shame here. Like we're gonna act out. We're gonna act out wind ups, batting stances. Yeah. No shame.
But I would argue Harper might have one of the best left-handed swings right now, and his ability to go to the opposite field and make it look like he doesn't change his swing at all.
Yeah.
Like when he hits hard to the opposite field and hits homers opposite field, he doesn't change his swing. It's beautiful. I do like Harper's swing.
Yep.
That's a great one.
That is a good one. I like that. It's another guy. It's violent, but it's like controlled and smooth. Like there's a lot of energy exerted at that point of attack. To Kevin Youkilis now.
Yeah, he's got the split hand one.
That's right, split hand. Sorry,
but yeah, I agree.
Emotion.
Yeah, a contact hitter with a lot of power. You're right. I mean, like it's a swing that doesn't have wasted motion in it, and when he goes opposite field, he doesn't change his swing path at all. He just changes timing on it. Yeah, which is how you're supposed to hit. You're not supposed to change your swing. It's just where you make contact with the ball. Like if it's inside, you make contact with it out in front of the plate. Down the middle is at the plate, And then when you hit it to the opposite field, you're actually supposed to hit the ball behind the plate, and you're not changing your swing.
Yep.
But,
yeah, and that's like, do yourself a favor and go watch a video of Barry Bonds swing from the side, from like the right-handed batter's box side. And there is so little movement in his body. It is just literally everything is just boom at the ball, boom at the ball. And that's why you couldn't beat him. You could throw 150 miles an hour and that guy would hit you.
Yeah. If you have not seen Bryce Harper's cage routine on YouTube, you need to do yourself a favor and take 5 minutes and watch it. It is insane what his cage routine is and how many swings he gets in a short amount of time. It's pretty impressive. But
trying to mix in a little council in Sheffield.
I had a wiffle ball field in my backyard. Like, we played so much in my like mid-20s to early 30s with all my friends. We'd have cookouts, beers, all that stuff, that we wore out the lawn. And then my dad at one point was just like, just cut it out. And I go, what? He goes, just cut out the base pass. I go, you're kidding, right? He goes, no, just do it before I change my mind. So we went out and we cut out the base pass. We put in a 16-foot backstop behind home plate, cut out a circle. I had a strike zone sticking out, and I had a scoreboard that looked like Fenway Park's Green Monster that had hanging numbers on it. I had a 35-foot net that went from left all the way to right. So we had like the monster all the way around. I mean, it was sick. Used to play all the time.
Yeah. Barry Bonds coming and playing catch with the bat is a classic.
Yep.
Well, and that's like, as kids, like, spent so much time imitating stances. But it's like the first house I bought, Nick. So we had the garage that made like the left field wall. So it was like, you had a kind of a taller wall on left. Yeah. And then it connected to the deck, which then dropped down one level to where the pool was, above ground pool, which we called McLovin Cove because we gave him a Covey Cove, but it's McLovin Cove.
That's hilarious.
So like a right field, home runs in the pool, center field up on the deck, left field over the garage. And we used to play, I mean, the group from college.
Oh,
we would be like every weekend at my house. It was barbecues and wiffle ball, and oh my goodness, it broke a garage. I had a line driver right through one of my garage windows.
Yeah, as you would.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. So,
but I mean, I so badly want a wiffle ball field again.
I missed it so much. Like, we cemented the backstop in. It was like 16-foot poles, all netted. Yeah. I gotta have pictures. I'll have to send them to you at some point. I gotta find some, but yeah, it was ridiculous. We played there all the time. I had lights. I took the 500-watt work stand lights, and I had 5 of them placed around the whole field, and it would just light it up at night.
Have you seen that? Like, is it AWA Wiffle Ball online? They do like they stream like the games and stuff. It's like,
oh yeah. It's
so, man, wiffle ball is epic. I love wiffle ball.
Yeah, it's so good, but. Man, there's a ton of offense in this Cubs D-backs one.
I know. This Mariners A's game is a friggin' nail biter. It's just runs galore. It's still 1-0. Severino's still in the game. He's pitching well, but he's also pitching to a AAA lineup.
Yeah.
I think Severino is actually a bigger deal going to Oakland than I think we even gave it credit for at the start.
The what?
I think Severino going to Oakland's a bigger deal than we gave it credit for when it happened. He adds some legitimacy to that rotation.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, as much as like Jeffrey Springs isn't a top of the rotation guy, like just getting guys in there is going to help build this A's team for the future. Go get that.
Nick, we got people already signing up for our new wiffle ball league.
Oh, heck yeah. I got a big enough backyard. I just got to convince my wife to do it, which I don't know if that's going to happen.
I mean, are you a permission or a forgiveness guy? Do you want to ask for permission or ask for forgiveness? Because I feel like asking for forgiveness is the path of least resistance. When it's already done, what are you going to do? Be like, all right, well, it's done.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think that would work. I don't think that would work well for me. I'm going to be completely honest.
You should try that. Let me know how it works out.
Yeah. No, thanks.
Yeah. I'll make sure to be at your funeral.
Yeah.
And I'll need a new host, so I'm taking applications.
Yo, we needed one more strikeout out of Gallon.
Yeah.
And he left. He had 5 Ks. But Steele has 2. We wouldn't have gotten it anyways. So. Oh, he had 4 Ks. Just kidding.
Okay, so we're close.
Yep.
Serious question though. Should major league players be allowed to come to the plate with a bat that looks like a pencil? I thought that was pretty cool, but
so I did like it for the Little League World Series. Like I don't mind it for the special event games or even Players Weekend. Really, I mean, if they're gonna do something special like Players Weekend or the Little League World Series, I have no issue with that. I thought it was kind of cool. It's well done. I mean, I'm glad they can't do it every single game, but I don't mind it being a special thing every once in a while.
I mean, every day, no, but on a special occasion, yes. But it was cool though. I thought the bat was cool.
Yeah.
How amazing was Jim Abbott though? I mean, holy cow!
I mean, he has no hitter in his career too. Like it's absolutely.
Guy was incredible.
Yeah. Yeah. This is me too with a wiffle ball field. Like I can do it in my backyard, but I also have dogs as well. So sorry if you step in anything, but
yeah, just because it's smushy doesn't mean it's a base.
Yeah.
This is actually one. I mean, it's tough as a Red Sox fan to watch Chris Sale leave in a trade and go win a Cy Young, and then the guy you got for him can't get out of the minor leagues. So it's not like a great feeling. But after 4 seasons of not getting anything out of him, the Red Sox were moving on from him no matter what. And they needed to dump him. They needed to start over. So as much as it doesn't feel good to see all that happen, it was inevitable. They had to move on. They had to start over.
It was just a string of tough luck too. Like it
was brutal.
He comes back from the arm injury. He crashes his bike. He comes back from oh man, you got to make that catch. Comes back, breaks a finger on a soft liner back up the middle. He's out again. Like it was just a string of bad luck for Chris Sale. And I agree with you, Harrison. It was time. As tough it was to see him go and absolutely dominate. If he would have stayed in Boston, it wouldn't have been that way. He wouldn't have pitched like that.
No, it would have something else would have come up. Like at some point, you have to admit, like this is not working, and everybody needs a fresh start. It worked out great for Chris Sale. The Red Sox are gonna, the Red Sox use that as a chance to retool, and now you've got Garrett Crochet to replace him.
Oh,
I mean,
that hurts. There.
It's not all bad, but it's tough to see him leave and then immediately win a Cy Young. But I'm pretty sure we called it on the show. He's going to go there, be healthy, and pitch great.
Yeah. McCarthy just dropped that line drive, 3 runs scored, 7-3 instead of 4-3 and out of the inning.
Oh wow!
I mean, it was a tough play. It was a sinking liner, and it kind of popped out of his glove. But
where's McCarthy playing?
Center.
Oh, center. Okay.
Corbin's in right.
Right.
I haven't seen Alek Thomas. I don't know if he's hurt.
I was going to ask. I thought Alek Thomas was usually playing center.
Yeah, I think McCarthy's won the job. Is what I think.
Well, after this play, maybe not.
Yeah, but I think McCarthy's going to bring more to the.
Was this like an Aaron Judge drop or?
No, he was going hard to his right and had to kind of lay out for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Abreu, incredible day. We talked about this at the beginning of the show. The dude lost 20 pounds after getting a viral sickness, illness, whatever you want to call it. Hepatitis B. I don't even know what it was, but he lost
spreading rumors, Nick.
Yeah. Lost 15 pounds. But he said that he's like, I feel strong. I just lost the weight from being sick. And he goes 3 for 3, 2 bombs, 4 RBIs, top of the 9th. Absolutely. Okay, Thomas is on the bench, so he's there, but just
okay.
I mean, I thought Abreu should have gotten more recognition for Rookie of the Year last year than he did.
Yeah, it was funny. Like it was such a huge deal that Skeens won it. Like they had the video cut over to him and they interviewed him and like it was like, oh, and Abreu won it in the American League. Thanks, good night. It was
No,
like, wait a second, does this guy get no attention?
Heel won it in the AL.
I'm sorry, not heel. Yeah, not heel. The fact that it was not close.
Yeah. So I thought for, you know, well, and honestly, like I love Skeens. I know Skeens was, you know, the big thing, the big shiny new object in the MLB last year. Like I completely get it. The guy's filthy. But Jackson Merrill, I thought should have won NL Rookie of the Year. That kid was nuts what he brought to the Padres last year.
Yeah, the whole Rookie of the Year thing was about Skeens. And then like Luis Gil got very little recognition as well. I think they kind of posted the graphic and showed a picture of him, but like Skeens, it was like a whole show.
Yeah.
Because really it was about promoting him.
Yeah. But Abreu breakout season, I think he could. This kid's good. It was last year. He's only going to get better.
Yeah, Abreu was a Gold Glove winner last year, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he led the majors in defensive runs saved with 17.
Yeah, I mean, he plays a really good outfield.
Yeah. And a tough right field at Fenway.
Yeah, and not a big guy. 5'10", 215. Like kind of a shorter, stockier dude, but he can move.
Yeah. This is a good one. Here you go, Harrison.
What's that?
Who would you want as your shortstop? Derek Jeter or Ozzie Smith?
I'm taking Derek Jeter. I'm taking Derek Jeter for the same reason I would take a guy like a Tom Brady. Not necessarily the best guy, doesn't necessarily have the best skills, but he makes everybody around him better.
Wins.
And would you say roids?
No, wins.
Oh, I thought you said roids. I'm like, whoa, easy.
No, wins.
Let's not start rumors, Nick.
No,
yeah, he's a winner, and he makes everybody around him better.
Yeah,
and I think that what Jeter brings to the plate or to the table is more than just what he does in the field or at the plate. He is the total package, just like a guy like Tom Brady is. Tom Brady wasn't the best quarterback of his era, but he was the biggest winner of his era. Peyton Manning was a better quarterback, but Tom Brady was a winner, and that's the difference. I look at a guy like Alex Bregman. He's built the same way. Like Alex Bregman is a winner. He wins everywhere he goes.
Yeah.
There are people that are just like they've set themselves up that way where it is just what they do. And for as good as Ozzie is, like I want a guy like Derek Jeter who's going to help make the team better.
Yeah. On a completely random note, how filthy are these yellow A's jerseys? I
love them. I love the yellow and green combo.
Oh.
I love the Kelly green. I love the bright yellow. Like
the Kelly green.
They're so ugly. They're beautiful.
I'm gonna miss the Kelly green with the Oakland cursive across the front. Those were my favorite. Not the dark forest green, but like the Kelly.
Yeah.
One.
Yep.
Those were. I love those, but yeah, the yellow ones are sick. I mean, I wish the MLB was the teams were different colors other than red and blue. Seems like everybody's just a shade of red or blue. That's it. Like,
yeah.
So I like the team uniforms that are actually a little bit different.
Well, like the D-backs, the Mariners, the A's, like that have like some brighter colors.
Yeah.
The Padres, I love some of the stuff.
I even like the Pirate. Right. Yeah. At first, I didn't like the brown and yellow combo that the Padres went to, but it's grown. It's grown on me quite a bit. I do like it. Just like the Phillies when they have the maroon and baby
Cardinals,
blue.
The baby blue.
I mean, any powder blue uniform.
The Royals, I love the Royals too.
But yeah, man, Gilbert
is just
is
dealing like
filthy.
It's just not fair.
He's in the 7th.
Yeah, we're with you.
Yeah, no more red and blue. I'm with you. Yeah, I want the expansion teams to like just really go out into left field. Like, give me orange and purple. I don't even care at this point. Like, give me the give me
pink
the
and purple, orange
colors.
and purple. I mean, anything, just something that's not blue and red.
Yeah, it just.
I even like the blacks. Like the Marlins have the black in their uniform. The Pirates have the blacks. Like just something different.
Yeah, And I don't mind if like the blue is like a secondary color or something. You know what I mean? Like if like I did when I was doing the Portland side with the stadium, I did like a forest green
Yep.
with a bright blue, and it's different. Like it's green and blue, and it's blue, but like I just had the blue as like the lettering. I wouldn't mind that, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
The
go with
neon
like that
green.
neon
That'd
green.
be awesome.
Like what? I mean, all their batting gloves, the socks, and cleats are those colors,
Yeah.
anyways. Why not?
I love it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I definitely think we could take aim at the home run derby at the Monster for sure. It's not as far away as it looks.
At my I probably could 2 or 3 years
we
ago.
We could go
but
yard now.
There's
Totally
no
could.
way, Harrison.
You may not move for a week afterwards, but you could do it.
You think I'm still that talented?
I mean, you were never that talented, but I mean, you could probably
Oh, get off it.
You could probably pull it
You
off.
know how good dude, get off it. You know how good I was. Get out of here. Anyways. Yeah, 430-foot home runs are not in my repertoire.
There was a day.
Anymore, but
I mean, you only have to hit one like if you can get it high enough, you only have to hit it like 325 to get it out of Fenway.
I mean, fair, but
just gotta get the height on it.
It was also back when I had 2 kidneys instead of 3. I was a little bit better then, but
oh
yeah. How much is a burger and beer at Fenway? Well, do you want to pay your mortgage this month or
Jesus, I think when I went 2 seasons ago, it was 9 something for a Bud Light.
Jesus, that's it.
These weren't even the big ones. These are like the regular, like the little cups.
Yeah, the little shot glasses.
I think the craft beer was like $16.
I went to Frozen Fenway, so cool. It was the Bruins and Flyers at Fenway with 5 of my other friends, and we bought. And this was God, I don't even know, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, something like that. And we bought 1 round, 1 beer each, and it cost me $78, I think, for 6 beers. Yeah, and that was 20 years ago. So like just crazy. Yeah, you don't pay your mortgage if you go to a Red Sox game that month. There's no way. You can't get out of there without spending $1,000 for a family of 4, probably. Between tickets, parking, food.
Yeah, so hot dogs are now $7. A 16-ounce beer is between 12 and 18, depending on what you're getting, craft versus domestic. So your burgers are probably what, $15? You're probably to be. You're that's probably $25 to $30 for a burger and a beer. Comfortably. Wade Boggs. Wild. Love Wade Boggs.
Yep.
Everything. Him and his lemon pepper chicken and his Millers. Dude's a legend.
Yep. Dang. Well, the Cubs, Steele's still in this game. Just needed Gallen to get 2. We would have been in business.
Yeah, the rule is 1 round, which is a good one. Although, is it the 9x9? What do you call it when you got to do the burger and the beer every inning?
Oh, the 999.
Yeah, that's an expensive trip to the ballpark.
Yeah,
Phillies.
How you feel? Yeah, how you feeling about your team. Phillies? I mean, it is a good. That rotation is up there with the Mariners, but for sure.
Matt Noakes is not wasn't he like a catcher for the Tigers? That's not a name I've heard in a long time.
I know. I had to like. Yeah, Tigers, Yankees, Orioles, Rockies.
I don't know why I remember some of these players and not other stuff, but
yeah, that one to me, I had to look him up real quick, and then I was like, oh yeah, I heard the name, but I, again, couldn't put the. See, that's what's crazy about baseball to me is like, I can come up with a name, and you'd have no idea, or Forrest can throw a name out, and you have the idea, I don't. It's just who we've seen in our lifetime, but there's so many guys that are flashes and pans that like I remember that you wouldn't. That's what makes baseball incredible to me.
and
I love it.
honestly, like I
It's
feel like
crazy.
there's so many guys I remember just from baseball cards. Like, oh, I remember like I had his card or I saw his card.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, nobody talks about Matt Noakes anymore for us because I think he had a less than 10 WAR over his career. Yeah, that's a good comparison. Jeffrey Zeal, one of those guys who was good in stretches, but was never really.
Greg Jeffries.
Todd, I used to like Todd Zeal a lot. I remember also liked Pratt.
Oh yeah,
when he was in New York, like another guy that had some big moments, but was otherwise unknown.
Who'd you say?
Yeah.
Todd Pratt. That's another name I haven't. There's so many guys that I've just like, like thrown out. I'm just like, oh yeah, like Todd Pratt. That's right. Damn, that's a great one. Todd Pratt. Wow.
I mean,
all right, here we go.
The Phillies are a great pick to win the World Series. They've got as good a chance as anybody. It's the Dodgers, and then below that, it's the kind of the Diamondbacks, the Padres, the Braves, Phillies. They're all in that cluster trying to figure out who's the second option.
Yeah. I just came up with the most. I just found a list of the top 5 most random late 90s to mid 2000s players. There's some of them aren't really random because we talk about one guy a lot, Quentin McCracken. Yeah. Willie Mo Pena, number 4.
As a Red Sox fan, I have fond memories of Willie Mo Pena.
Same. Buddy Groom.
Relief pitcher, right?
Yes, for the Oakland A's.
Another guy kind of unremarkable.
FP Santangelo.
No, that's a name that has Giants outfielder.
I don't know if he was Giants.
He was Expos.
He was Expos first.
Yeah. I remember FP Santangelo.
And then number 1 is Ruben Rivera.
Yeah. I mean, those are guys that unless you're like a really big baseball fan, you wouldn't know.
No.
Yeah, the Phillies lineup is loaded. The pitching rotation is good. The bullpen is good. I mean, the pitching rotation is great. The bullpen is good. The lineup is very good. They just need the Phillies need Trey Turner to just have a good season. Wait a second. What just happened? Yeah. How did he just score?
How did you get ahead of me?
Well, the A's are not happy about it.
Oh, they're saying it was a foul ball.
I looked away like there was nothing happening, and all of a sudden there's this whole thing going on at home plate.
And is that you can't review that, right? Or can you? Can you review a foul ball, or is that an umpire call?
I don't think you can review that. I think that's an umpire call. Now the question is, and then he came all the way around?
Oh, he missed it. He missed it completely.
His front foot's like way up in the air. And on the slide, he missed home plate on the slide.
Oh, I was talking about he missed the ball. Like I thought it was initially a foul.
Yeah, he slid into home plate with his foot over the base. Oh my goodness, he's out so many ways. I wonder if they're challenging the call of the bunt or the call at home plate because he never touched the plate.
Oh yeah, he's out.
He never even touched home plate. That's brutal.
I thought they were challenging the foul ball, but because it looked like Langolier said it was foul.
Nick, no.
Are they gonna?
I'm gonna sign off for the night and let's let Nick go here. So.
I don't know. I honestly.
I'm going to grab a drink, so I'll be right back. I'm going to let you handle this one.
Okay. I don't know how Boston let Mookie go. They chose the wrong guy. They had, you have Devers, Bogarts, and him that were coming up same time. They offered Betts 10 years, 300 million. Betts said he could get more, which essentially he signed with the Dodgers. I think that the Red Sox should have absolutely emptied the bank for Mookie Betts. Why they didn't, I don't know. Homegrown talent. Should have stayed in Boston. I would have sold the organization to pay Mookie Betts to make sure he got his paycheck to stay with the Red Sox. How they let him go, I will never understand that. For as long as I'm a Red Sox fan, we'll never get it. I don't understand it, but brutal. But yeah, perennial MVP candidate. And you're not doing anything to try to keep him on your team. I will never understand that move by the Red Sox. I would have taken last place finishes for his career just to keep him in Boston, because you can always build around him from the bottom up. And I think they chose the wrong guy with Devers. I mean, we're kind of seeing what kind of diva Devers is. And it's crazy. I mean, this to me is pretty nuts. They're kind of talking about this on the Dodgers game. I don't know if you were listening, but he's a platinum glove winner in the outfield when he was younger, and now he's like 33 and he's just starting shortstop. The guy's a freak. The guy's an absolute freak. And how the Red Sox didn't pay him, I will never understand. Never will get it.
Ownership did not want to spend the money.
Yeah, but I don't understand it.
It makes no sense.
I just don't.
There's nothing to understand, because there's no explanation where it makes any sense.
No. So they're taking the run off the board, or what?
Yeah, he's out.
Or yeah, but they haven't taken the run off.
Now the Mariners just turned around and scored again.
Oh, how did I miss that?
Literally just happened.
Gotcha.
Well, and I think that's the most amazing part of this, is that you just picked up a guy who hadn't played the infield in years. I mean, he came up with the Red Sox as an infielder, and he moved to the outfield because that was his path to get to the big club. So, but he hadn't played infield regularly since the minor leagues, and you just like pick this guy up, drop in the infield, and say, "Hey, good luck." I mean, was he?
Yeah,
great? But he was good. He was obviously rusty. He would have been fine after more time. But it is wild to me that you can just take a guy who is a elite level outfielder, just drop him in the infield, and it's fine.
Yeah, but he came up as an infielder too, and Mookie Betts is an elite athlete. Period. Like elite bowler. He's a 300 bowler. He's like can shoot the lights out in the gym playing basketball. Like he is an elite level athlete. There's not many people that are like that. He can play any position on the field. Hell, he could probably catch if you needed him to, because he's that good of an athlete.
And you're right. This usually you lose the steps, you move out of the infield and go to the outfield, where you can be a little bit more hidden from the quick reaction type plays. It is the reverse progression, but it's amazing how athletic he is. I mean, he clearly he knows the infield because he played it coming up, but he hadn't played it in so long. But they just threw him back out there. And Jose Canseco play is legendary. The ball off his head. Was that at Yankee Stadium, or was that?
I don't know if it was at Yankee Stadium. It might have been.
Oh no, it was at Cleveland. Yeah, it was Cleveland. It was the tall blue walls. I thought it was Yankee Stadium, but yeah, it was against the Indians.
It freaking froze again. I don't understand what's going on.
Yeah, I think you might be right, Brandon. It's the tall blue walls. In my mind, it looked like Yankee Stadium, but it probably is in Texas. Yeah, an absolutely classic moment. Canseco had an interesting career. You know, from the Bash Brothers in the late '80s with McGuire to then bouncing all over the place and then kind of becoming unwelcome. I mean, there's a stretch there where he was just playing on 1-year deals because he wore his welcome out everywhere he went, and just couldn't seem to stick anywhere.
Yeah.
But it's a funny play. If you link in the chat, if you haven't seen the play, links in the chat for you.
Oh yeah, it's one of the best.
Love it. And after he's just like, whatever, like, yeah, it happened. Okay. Like, guy just didn't care. Oof, not a good night for the D-backs here.
No, they're getting spanked right now. Getting spanked. Yeah.
Yeah, Steele's gone 5 innings, 3 earned, 1 walk, 2 Ks.
Yeah.
Gallen, 4 innings, 4 earned, 4 walks, 4 walks, yeah, 4 Ks. The walks are what kill you.
Yeah, that's what got his pitch count up, and then giving up a bomb will do it too.
Canseco did his roids neck shake after it moved on.
Yeah. Not wrong.
Yeah, no, he was not a good clubhouse dude. He wore his welcome out everywhere he went. Nobody wanted him for more than a year.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dimitri. Appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Canseco's a complicated guy in baseball history. He was considered kind of one of the elite for a while back in the Bash Brother days. Then he kind of fell off. Spent some time in Texas, had some good seasons. I remember watching him in Boston. I remember being in a game when he hit a home run in Fenway that the thing must have gone a mile high. Took what felt like forever to come down into the netting of the monster, but it seemed like after he had like a short window where he peaked, and then he was just like always falling apart after that. Like he was never healthy. He always had injuries, probably because of the way he worked out and the steroids and all that. And then he blew the whistle on steroids and really fell out of. He got basically, ostracized from baseball at that point. He's a very complicated character in baseball history.
I just don't get it when you got him blowing the whistle on it, Kim and Indy blowing the whistle on it. You had a lot of guys that came out and was like, "Yo,
you did.
This is happening," and they're like, "Oh no, it's not. No, it's not." Yeah, it is. When more than one guy says it's happening, it's freaking happening. Like I don't get that, but
yeah, the Canseco Don Russ card. I remember that card. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, appreciate it, John.
It's pretty cool.
It's been really cool. And what's also cool is the fact that we do have a number of fans in Europe and other countries where they are big baseball fans and they are watching Major League Baseball from wherever they are as much as they can.
Yeah.
Yeah. R.I.P. Kirby Puckett. That was a sad loss for MLB. And also we got robbed of the latter part of his career.
Yeah. Or him as a coach.
Yeah, I mean, he would have been such a great baseball guy, long term coach or whatever. So a guy that just he did it all. He did not have the best physical gifts. He was short, stocky dude, but he could run, he could catch, he could throw, he did everything.
Yeah,
and for Canseco after the Bash Brothers, it was to Texas for some success, and then it was just he was constantly on the decline.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's sad to see a guy decline like that.
Yeah. Garcia's an animal for the Rangers, but Randy Arozarena is actually on the Mariners now. He's not
Yeah.
with a Rays anymore, but that was a mid-season pickup last year. He got traded at the deadline last year, right?
Yeah, trade the deadline. So
yeah,
here's the Mariners.
Tony Gwynn also.
Oh, yeah.
It was absolute crazy.
Well, and you think of that era, like you lost Gwynn, you lost Puckett, you lost Caminiti. You lost a lot of guys to. I mean,
yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of them that.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, you lost a lot of guys from that era, early, and it's sad for baseball when you lose those sorts of players who likely would have moved into front office jobs and been coaches or minor league instructors. Yeah. Like, that's a lot of baseball knowledge that doesn't get passed down.
I think for me, the most shocking ones are the active players that pass, right? Like the Daryl Kyles, the Nick Aidenhart, like that one was tough.
Yeah.
With the Angels.
Daryl Kyle, I forgot about Daryl Kyle. He was active when that happened.
Yeah, he just died in his sleep in the hotel room.
Yeah, he had just pitched.
The Cardinals. Yeah. Like those ones are tough. The active player, Jose Fernandez, like I know the stuff he did off the field wasn't great, but
Skaggs.
That whole thing was bad. That was Oh, Tyler Skaggs. Yeah, that one was bad too. Jose Fernandez, man, same thing. We would be watching his prime right now.
He was so good.
Filthy. And I've said this before, and unfortunately, I think it's true. It's my opinion. It might not be, but that's been the downfall of the Marlins. They were building around Jose Fernandez and everybody they had coming up. They had Fernandez, they had Real Muto, they had Stanton, they had Yelich, they had everybody lined up, and the Marlins were ready to take a run at it. They had a great team, and then he passed away. They shipped everybody out, and that was that. Roberto Clemente, yep. But I mean,
he could rake as a hitter.
Yeah. That one was a tough one.
I remember the days where you'd actually see guys like Mike Hampton come in as a pinch hitter, because you did have some pitchers that could hit. Madison Bumgarner coming as a pinch hitter. Yeah, Ozuna, D. Gordon, like the Marlins have created so many all-stars for other teams. Which it's amazing to think they've developed that many all-stars and none of them stayed in Florida. They all moved somewhere else.
Didn't the Angels, after Aidenhart's death, didn't they throw like a combined no-hitter right after it or something like that?
They did like immediately after. Yeah, Bumgarner raked. Bumgarner could hit. Like, he absolutely could hit.
You want to talk about pitchers that can rake? Carlos Zambrano, Zach Greinke.
Yep.
Mike Hampton. Yes, I'm with you. Absolutely. This is what I'm talking about. It's a different color that's not blue or red. Bring it. Absolutely bring it.
Yeah. And Forrest, were you with us earlier on the show when I asked about the flashback to seeing Conine in the outfield with the Marlins? Because his son Griffin started for the Marlins today in right field. So you've got another Conine with the Marlins. But yeah, I loved those teal uniforms.
Yeah. How did the A score on the top of the 8th? I missed it.
So did I.
Oh, all right. Good talk.
I didn't see.
Yeah.
Somebody must hit one out.
Chucky Carr in center. Oh my goodness. Chucky Carr. That's another random name there. Completely forgot. Chucky Carr. Good one. I had his baseball card for sure.
Soderstrom homered again.
Did he really?
Yeah, hit a second.
Dang.
Jeez.
Wow. I'm telling you, this. No, they're not putting the Sacramento label on them. They're just the A's or the Athletics. That's it.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, they're not associating a city to the team. They're just the Athletics.
Oral Hershiser. I mean, we've looked at him before, and I would have thought he would have gotten more consideration for the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Well,
was it him that he's the trivia question of who started game one is the 97 World Series for the Indians?
Yeah.
And it's Oral.
Yeah.
I forgot he's a member of that Indians team.
The only thing that's like really killing him is the win total. Yes, he has a 56 or 204.
Yeah, he's on the low end.
204, 150, and he's got a 3.48 ERA. But I mean, Cy Young, World Series Silver Slugger, ALCS MVP, Major League Player of the Year, Gold Glove, 3-time All-Star, World Series MVP, NLCS MVP. I mean, he's got the accolades, and I think he passes the eyeball test, which I think should be, have some weight behind it. Fernando Valenzuela is another great one. Yeah, I hope so. I hope a team comes in and just changes the whole color scheme up. Like, just not like purple, yellow, purple and orange, pink and green, like neon green. Yeah, like
something hideous, like just hideous.
Yes, please.
Yeah, so it is weird because they're not going to associate a city to the name until they get to Vegas. So you're talking for 3 years, they're going to just be the Athletics.
Because I don't think they want Sacramento like necessarily profiting off the name because they don't technically own them. They're just like renting the ballpark, right?
Yeah, and they're not the A's are not technically relocating right now either. They're just playing in a temporary facility. So
right.
They are not a team based in Sacramento. They're just playing there at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think you're right. I think Oral Hershiser was in that transition, kind of the changing of the era.
Rosarina, bye-bye. 2-2.
How are you ahead of me again?
He just Rhys Hoskins slammed that bat.
Oh, mama. Well, Rosarina came up a couple minutes ago in chat. Well, there he is.
Yeah.
He just tied this game. That was a bomb. Wow. They need a Rosarina to be the Rosarina of old.
Yes, they do.
Because he will create some excitement.
Yeah.
Of course, he's got to act like a fool around the bases, but
well, I mean, that's him.
He is a show, that's for sure.
They got the trident back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that ball was touched just a little bit.
Smoked.
I keep forgetting that the A's picked up Jose Leclerc here.
Yep. Ooh, D-backs the bases loaded.
No outs.
They sure do. McCarthy's up. Whew.
We can get it. Let's go. Nate Pearson.
He's thrown 21 pitches, 7 for strikes.
I don't think that will quite get the job done.
That's not going to get her done. Well, you could end up getting Marte up this inning with a bunch of guys on.
That would be nice.
He'd likely be like the tying run when he gets to the plate. How enough we're going to do these? Plan on doing these lives during the week. So we are always live on Sundays and Thursdays. I say always, but usually. But then if there's stuff going on, we'll just jump on randomly. So
get going. Oh,
There's a good chance you'll see us, at least twice, if not 3, maybe even 4 times a week. We may also just jump on and play some MLB The Show and talk baseball too, because why not? So just keep your eyes on the channel or the page. Will be popping up.
All right, Forrest. This might be where we split a little bit. I love all of the Diamondbacks uniforms, all of them. I do kind of miss the purple and the teal that they had back in the early 90s, like the Randy Johnsons, and the Kurt Schillings. I do miss those ones. But I like the kind of dark red and the black ones that they went to. I like their color scheme with the green. The Serpientes ones are okay. But I like them because they are different than everybody else. But yeah. Thanks, Brandon. I mean, we do it like we're just huge fans that love talking baseball with everybody. So I don't know what that last word you used is, Forrest. That's a little bit out of my vocabulary, but does that mean meanly, not nicely? I don't know. Oh yeah, I definitely meant the Byung-Hyun Kims. That's right. Yes, the BH Kims for sure. But yeah, no, we do this podcast as fans. We're not writers, we're not journalists, we're not experts per se. Like, we just come on, we talk baseball, we share our opinion. You may agree with it, you may not, but we just do
it's more fun when you don't
it.
agree, honestly.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we just love coming on talking baseball. So
yeah, like Nick said, we are fans first. We treat this podcast. It's by fans for fans. It's our take. We are baseball fans. We will have our hot takes. We'll overreact to stuff like any fan does. But we're guys that have watched a lot of baseball, played a lot of baseball. We generally know what we're talking about most of the time. Nick, not always.
I would say most. I would say
most of the time.
I mean, I know all the time, but not you. But
that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. Yeah, most of the time. I mean, our takes are usually pretty good, and like when it actually comes true, we're like, oh shit, like we do know what we're talking about.
Yeah, it's like Mackenzie Gore gets 13 Ks today. I called that 2 weeks ago. Like,
yeah,
it's like, oh, okay, like every so often a blind squirrel finds a nut.
Right. But I would say it's more often than not.
So we've actually thought about doing some kind of like a community, like a more tightly knit community. The problem is when you do that, like, then people don't show up. It's like, so you make all these plans and you go to do it and like 3 people show up. It's like, all right, well, it's still fun. But so we've actually thought about, do we do some kind of like a membership, some sort of paid membership thing where we can do, additional shows, chats, do trivia games, like make it a lot of fun, just to and not have people pay for it because we're trying to like make a bunch of money on it. But if people pay for something, they actually show up to it, and that's the challenge, is getting people to show up.
Oh, Jorge Polanco 2-run shot.
Oh, mama, that hurts.
Where's John? There's the third baseman that you paid in the offseason coming through in the 8th.
I know what you weren't excited about.
Yeah.
So you and Forrest are fighting for nothing.
Okay, good. I'm sorry. I'll apologize. I mean, I will apologize. I do apologize. Yes.
I will apologize. You just wait. One day I will.
One day I will say sorry.
But yeah, Brandon, we thought about it. I mean, and if people are interested in doing it, we'd love to. I mean, I'd love to just get a group together. We could even do kind of these watch parties with a group of people just hanging out, chatting.
Absolutely. And there's times where we'll ask you guys, like, if you want to come on, you can send us a message and we can send you the link and you can pop on and talk, because we'll do this. If like home run derby, we usually hop on. Like if there's like a game of the week and we're not doing anything, we'll just hop on, watch the game, talk about anything that comes up. So
Forrest, you can have the great big league chew. I will die on that hill. I'm fine with it. I'm totally fine dying on that hill. I am out on the great big league chew. Well, I told you I'd meet you at green apple or blue raspberry, but I can't go grape. Just can't do it.
Okay. Well, We need to hop off and send that email to Big League Chew here now. I mean, we've mentioned them too many times for not getting paid for
we should at a minimum be collecting royalties right now.
Yeah. So,
all right.
But
I know my answer, Nick. Greatest Red Sox player of all time. To me, it's Ted Williams, and it's not debatable. Babe Ruth was great, but he wasn't a Red Sox for that long. To me, I view Ted Williams as the best player in baseball history, period. But it's Ted for me.
You're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. It's Grape.
Oh, stop.
No, it's Mark Bellhorn. For sure. And Mark Bellhorn, Todd Walker. No, I mean, best Red
Jack
Sox. Best. It's hard, man. I mean, you have to say Ted Williams, right? I mean, you have to. If Babe was here his entire career, it's completely different.
Yeah, I mean, if you get a whole career to Babe Ruth, it's a totally different conversation. But where a lot of his stats came in New York, it's kind of hard to be like, oh yeah, he's better.
I mean, you could say Tris Speaker's up there. You could say Yaz is up there.
Sam Mayday Malone, I like it.
Pedroia is way up there, legit. Like no jokes. I think Pedroia could be. He's an argument for it.
All right, Brandon. So I was gonna say, Brandon, you say our time. What year were you born? Are you an '80s baby like us? Because I'm assuming you are based on the names you've listed.
I mean, that's it. I would say it's an argument for Petey to be possibly one of the best of all time. Just what he brought on and off the field for the Red Sox.
If not for Manny Machado, mentioned earlier in the show, I think he is in that conversation. But Manny Machado robbed us of really what would have been the second half of Pedroia's career.
Yeah.
All right, 77. So you're a little older than us, but not a lot.
We also need your social security number just to double check to
make sure, and your mother's maiden name would be really helpful.
Yeah, and your first dog in the street you lived on.
No. Once we have all that, we can be friends.
Yeah. No, Nomar.
Oh, don't even get me started.
Nomar is Harrison's baby.
Right behind me.
Yeah, I mean, Pedro is. You want to talk about dominance? If he's not one, he's definitely two. I mean, it's got to be. If he's not one, he's obviously two.
Maiden name is Big League Chew. Well played, Brandon. Well played.
And I live on Grape Street.
Yeah. No, you don't. You live on Blue Raz Ave.
Blue Raz Ave. Oh God.
I mean, for me, Nomar's my favorite player of all time. I mean, I was a mid '80s baby. When Nomar came up in '97, I was a teenager, and like he was God. Like Nomar was my guy.
But is
he the best Red Sox player? Is he the best Red Sox player of all time? No, absolutely not. But he was fantastic for that window of time. He's not
even top 5 though, is he?
No, goodness no.
No,
he's my personal favorite, but he's not in the conversation for best of all time.
Would you go Williams, Yaz, Pedro, Ortiz?
I mean, you look at the Red Sox record books, it's literally on offense, it's all Williams and Yaz. Every record is one of the two.
Oh yeah. I think it's them 1, 2.
And I think Dewey's in there for 1. It's all Williams.
He's got the most batting strikeouts. That's the one record he has.
That's right. That's the one he's got in this case.
But I would say Williams, Yaz, Pedro, Ortiz. Who would?
Nomar. Nomar, the 372 year was wild.
Yeah, he had back-to-back 372 years, didn't he?
No, he was like 346 and then 372. He stepped up to the 372. Or Oregon's own Jed Lowry. Yeah, he was a member of the Sox.
That's right.
But yeah, I mean, I think Pedro's a good call for. I think for our generation, so you're talking 90s, 2000s.
Oh, it's a completely different list. I Pedro, Ortiz, Manny,
Veritek.
Pedroia, Veritek.
And Veritek's not even statistical. Like he was the Red Sox Derek Jeter. Like, he was the captain.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah. No,
You're not wrong.
Not wrong.
Not wrong.
And I laugh, like we talked about a few weeks ago, but like Nomar couldn't exist in a pitch clock world because it took him so long to get ready and get in the box that he would be a violation every time. Dude, John, this one hurts. Like the Red Sox, 86 years is a long time, and that covers a lot of players. There are so many great Red Sox players that didn't even sniff the postseason.
Yeah.
I mean, there were definitely some teams that lost along the way, but there's a lot of these guys that got little to no opportunity. Yeah, and you know, Ted Williams in his career, as good as it was, one World Series appearance, like one. That's sad. Like it's sad.
Yep, agree. Yeah, Veritek was the heart of that team, 1,000%.
Yeah, no doubt.
Not even close.
No doubt. I mean, him basically punching A-Rod in the face, and I mean, he did what had to be done.
Yeah, he's my favorite player of all time.
Yep.
I
got my Veritek signed ball and card right there.
Yeah, how come you haven't sent it to me yet?
Because you like grape.
I can like blue raspberry if you're gonna send
Nick, I can't hang with grapists.
That's terrible. Yikes.
It is clearly 12:30 in the morning because now we're pulling out dad jokes.
Oh my god, it's 12:30. Wow.
I know, right? Here on the East Coast, it's getting early.
Yeah, Jim Rice is another great one. Again, he's kind of old for me. Like I never could really appreciate his career. But I know what kind of player he is. He's definitely up there for all-time Red Sox greats, no doubt about it.
Well, I look at all those guys, you know, Evans and Yaz, and just guys that we didn't get to see play, who were kind of big deals in Red Sox history.
Yeah, John, I completely get this for sure. Like I get that point. It's hard to just set aside 400 seasons, like batting over 400 seasons. It's kind of hard to do that. Yeah, and also that point as well, the service, the time in the service, like that. It's like, and
it's
baseball
hard.
was just such a different game back then.
Yeah,
too.
it was.
But the World Series hurts. Where do you put Ernie Banks in top shortstops of all time? Because not only did he not see a World Series, he never saw a postseason game, period.
Right. Zero.
Ever.
It's hard because postseason appearances and World Series championships are a function of the team around you. Like this is not like the NBA where one guy can like come in and take over and carry you to a championship.
Yeah.
And you need everybody in baseball, and you can't control who's with you, how they perform. You can only do your thing. And Ted Williams did it better than anybody, but he didn't have many pieces around him. And same with the Cubs, Brandon bringing up the Cubs, like the Red Sox and the Cubs finally winning are huge stories, but like the trail of pain and tears along the way to get there it's a tough story.
Yeah. Dude, Munion's got gross stuff.
Ernie Banks never qualified for the postseason with him on the team.
Yeah. Yeah, Bonds, Gwynn, Griffey. I mean, it's a lot of guys that never. Crazy. Well, Mariners win. Did
I freeze?
No, I can hear you. You froze, but I can hear you. Oh, you're not frozen now. But yeah, Bonds, Gwynn,
Nick, can you hear me?
Griffey. There's got to be other greats that have not. Other. Hall of Famers without World Series rings. Let's see.
Uh-oh.
Ty Cobb, Ted Williams, Tony Gwynn, Rod Carew Jr., and then all the Cubs: Williams, Sandberg, Jenkins, Banks, Santos, Willie McCovey. Wow. Gaylord Perry, Juan Marichal. And then 2 current. Oh, no, that's not right. This is an old article. That says, yeah, this is 2019. Says that Mike Trout and then Clayton Kershaw, but Kershaw has gotten 1 since. But
yeah, it's the championship argument is a tough one for that exact reason. It's a team sport. It's hard to hold one guy to a standard that he can't control.
they have 40 here. Barry Bonds, Trevor Hoffman, Dale Murphy, Don Sutton, Edgar Martinez, Ralph Kiner, Early Win, Bobby Doerr. Yeah, you can just list all the Red Sox here. Biggio, Hack Wilson, Gaylord Perry, Dick Allen, Ichiro, Jenkins, Bagwell, Mattingly. Mattingly never won one. That's crazy.
I know.
Monsanto, Fisk.
The problem is they won them all the year after he left. They started that run.
Yep. Andre Dawson, Sandberg, Billy Williams. Here comes all the Cubs. Archie Vaughn, Nellie Fox, Mike Piazza, Marichal, Robin Roberts, Robin Yount, George Sisler, Killebrew, McCovey, Carew, Yastrzemski, Gwynn, Griffey, LaJoy, Banks, Cobb, and Williams.
Yeah, Cobb never won one. Wow.
Yeah, those are your top 40 players to never win a ring. Yep. That's crazy.
Yep. That San Francisco and Anaheim series was awesome back in 2002. That was a really good series.
That Angels team was really fun to watch. They were good.
Team was good.
Yeah. 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 But so all right. Well, Mariners come back and win. Looks like the D-backs are on their way out. I think we're gonna call it a night. This was an absolute blast. Thanks for coming to hang out with us on opening day. Finishing the day off right. But we will be back Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Rounding Third Boston, where we'll just talk Red Sox. And then we'll be back to recap the weekend, opening weekend from around the major leagues for Rounding Third Baseball Podcast at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So come back, join us then. We usually have trivia, whole bunch of stuff. We also have Baseball History Dork joining us and Nostalgic Baseball Geezer joining us on Sunday to send us through some history lessons. So it's going to be a fun time on Sunday. So make sure you stop by at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we will see you guys soon. And Merry Christmas to you all as well. And to all, a good night.
See ya.